Live from Regina's Animal Community Center, this is the 38th Annual Regina Humane Society Telethon, presented by Access Communications, asking for donations to help thousands of animals who enter every year. So grab your phones and make a difference during the 38th Annual Regina Humane Society Telethon.
Excellent, and good evening. Welcome to the Regina Humane Society. I love to call it the new building, but it's been around for a bit now, but it's a beautiful building. If you've never gone, check it out. Not just to see the animals, but just see what we have here in Regina. Myself, Lee Jones from CTV News as well. We have Amanda from Malco, Chris Henderson, singer extraordinaire, Lisa Cook, Executive Director of the Regina Humane Society, and we welcome you to the 39th Annual Regina Humane Society Telethon.
Now, there has been over 3,700 animals that have came into the Regina Humane Society's care this year. This is little Ranger. He's just one of many, holding his brother.
That's right. This is Sorrento, and all of the donations that we receive tonight are going to go towards care of animals just like Ranger and Sorrento. They came in with our animal protection officers from the streets of Regina, and they were much smaller than this, if you can believe it. So food, veterinary care, and all of the wonderful things that they need to heal and get better before they go home to their forever family.
And speaking of those donations, we want to remind you of the various ways that you can call in and help support this cause tonight. First of all, you can call 1-639-709-9660. You can go to the Regina Humane Society website or scan the QR code whenever it pops up on your screen. And of course, you can follow the RHS on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and find us all over the place. You can find the show here tonight. If you're not watching this, I guess I don't have to really tell you this, but we're live on Access as well as YouTube. Looking forward to having a wonderful night and raising all kinds of funds here.
Yeah, it should be a great night, and it's not just us as well. It's people at the phones. We have some other people that'll be hosting us as well. So let's go over the phones. Let's talk to Chase from Pure Country, Lisa Peters, of course, from Access, Rory Allen, no introduction other than Rory Allen there. You know who Rory Allen is. And Bill Thorne of Regina Humane Society.
I guess Rory doesn't need an introduction.
I'm just a name. I don't do anything.
It's like Cher.
Yeah.
Cher.
Exactly.
And Rory Allen.
All right.
We are so excited to be here. As Lee mentioned before, I'm Chase from Pure Country 92.7 Mornings. And Lisa Peters.
I'm Lisa Peters from AccessNow TV.
And Rory.
And as you've heard, Rory Allen.
And I'm Bill Thorne, Director of Marketing and Public Relations here at the Regina Humane Society. Thanks for being with us tonight. We also want to welcome our friends at Wheaton Kia, who are on the phones right now, Greg and his crew. Longtime supporters of the Humane Society Telethon and the Humane Society in general. So we're really, really happy to have the phones ringing. I think they're all awfully quiet, so let's get it going to get to our total that we're shooting for tonight.
We got to get that party started. We actually have some pre-pledges here. George Likert, $100. Sherry Hupp, that's $250. Daniel Rice, $100. Valerie Lloyd, $100. We got Benita Cairns, for, $25. Joanne Franks, $100. Gerald Steranko, $50. Judy Wallace, $100. Patty Dalby, $500. We got Arlene Mantai Chow, $300. Shirley McLeod, $250. And Chad Duncan rounds it out with $100.
Oh, and I also hear the phone's ringing. This is great. So we have got, if you make your donation, we've got a flash drive for, how much is this one donation?
That's $100.
All right, and then there's a power bank as well, and they're all branded. How much is this one?
That's for $250
so you get the
or
tags
higher.
as well. The goal's $85,000 tonight, so let's get those phones ringing. We've got a great start, but let's keep going.
We want to help all of these amazing animals. Last year, we were caring for close to 3,600. Each of them deserves to be remembered. And please show that you care. So we'd like to also throw things over to a video right now. Jasper survived on his own for most of his life before arriving at the Regina Humane Society. And here's his story.
Every year, the Regina Humane Society provides shelter and care for thousands of animals, many of whom are stray. In early September, Jasper was found by the caring members of the File Hills Police Service and rushed to the Regina Humane Society for urgent care. The almost one-year-old shepherd was alone and surviving on his own, perhaps for most of his life. Shelter veterinarians quickly assessed their new patient. Jasper's legs and chest were covered in old infected wounds. From the appearance and location, staff figure it probably came from a dog fight and were several days, if not weeks, required surgical repair, but were too infected for immediate surgery. The infection needed to be treated first. Jasper was sedated, and the skillful hands of the shelter veterinarian team got to work. They gently clipped and cleaned his wounds, even flushed maggots out of one of the areas in his leg. Jasper was given much-needed antibiotics and anti-inflammatory medications. He needed regular bandage changes until his infection improved. Only then could surgery to close the larger injuries take place. Jasper improved daily and was soon ready for surgery. Following a successful procedure, Jasper was off to a loving foster family to rest and heal, and enjoy the odd cuddle too. Jasper continued to recover while in foster care, and the time finally came to find a family to call his own. The Regina Humane Society is a safe haven for thousands of animals in crisis just like Jasper. Your donation tonight supports critical veterinary care and life-saving foster programs. Programs that give animals like him a second chance at life. Our friend is now settled into a new life with his new family. He's growing into a healthy, loving, and active dog, thanks to support of donors like you.
Well, as sad as it is to see video of a story like that from Jasper, meeting him now, you'd never know that he'd been through stuff like that. Jasper is a very happy guy, and we're here with the Kraft family that's in many ways very, very responsible for making him so happy. And so it's such a healthy-looking pup. So just wondering, guys, do you have any stories that you'd like to share about Jasper, your little buddy here? It looks like you guys have made pretty good friends.
Jasper has a golden heart.
Jasper has a golden heart. Yeah, you can tell that right away. What would you say, Mom, what would you say has been the most rewarding thing about bringing Jasper into your home?
He fills a void that we had because we lost our long-term dog over the summer, and he's just very energetic and loving, and he's funny. He's a very funny dog.
I can see that already, and I can see that just the love that your boys are looking down on him with already. We want to remind you, the Regina Humane Society .ca. Again, you can scan the QR code on your screen at any point if you'd like to make some donations as well.
Now, Clayton and family, Kraft family here, that was your first time watching that video that we all saw. That was pretty shocking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was pretty shocking. I knew he got wounds, but I didn't know that they were that severe.
And tell us some ways how Jasper has fit into your family.
He's funny. He gets us funny stories. He fills the void, like my mom said. He left, and he just fit into like a really nice part of the family.
He has so much love to give, and as you can see, he's such a really good boy. Again, you can call the number 639-709-9660. Donate reginahumanesociety.ca. Every donation can help save a life. So let's find out how you can show animals.
Well, we're here in the cat communal, and Karen Mercier is here, and you're the director of philanthropy. Yeah. And I was just going to ask you about the PAW program. What's going on with that?
Oh, well, I love the PAW program. The PAW program is a monthly giving program. So you can make a donation a little bit every month, and then at the end of the year, we give you one tax receipt. So it's a great way to split up your giving or just make a gift regularly to the Humane Society.
Well, that's cool. It makes it easy.
It does.
And so how do you join the program?
Really simple. You can join online on our website, reginahumanesociety.ca, or you can give us a call too, and we can set you up. You can give through your credit card, or you can give through your bank account, and you can pick the day that you would like to give every month.
That's cool.
So a little bit more about the PAW program, just so I understand. Can anyone be part of the PAW program?
Absolutely. Anyone can join. We have over 900 people who give monthly, and what is best about that is it's very cost effective for us. So the money goes right to helping the animals.
So if anyone is interested in joining?
Yeah, just to give us a call or to go to our website, you can sign up right there.
It's that easy, Rory.
It's that easy.
Right?
Or you can leave a message too, or call at 639-709-7660.
All right, well.
9660. Don't call the 7 one.
All right, well, we got some volunteers that are important members of the Regina Humane Society's life-saving team, and there are many ways that you can help, so let's hear more.
Volunteers are the heart of the Regina Humane Society. These everyday heroes dedicate their time and enthusiasm to make a difference in the lives of homeless animals. From cat cuddling to dog walking, stuffing envelopes, or assisting with events, volunteers are an important part of the Society's life-saving team. Here are a few of the ways you can help. Caring hands. Volunteers provide dogs, cats, and small companion animals with much-needed playtime, exercise, grooming, and love. When providing one-on-one attention, volunteers help burn off excess energy, exercise minds, fill empty hearts, and help animals look their best for potential adopters. Corporate volunteers. Team building opportunities are available for businesses and community groups who want to improve the lives of animals. Groups participate in unique, hands-on activities that support the overall work and mission of the Regina Humane Society. Event support. As shelter representatives, volunteers perform numerous tasks including supporting pet food bank activities, accepting donations, and educating the public on the work of the Regina Humane Society. Foster families. Volunteers open their homes and hearts to animals who are not yet ready for adoption. These may include pets recovering from injury or illness, pets in need of extra socialization, or pets who are too young to be adopted. Fostering is gratifying for the caregiver and life-saving for the pet. Office support. A lot happens behind the scenes at a shelter, from data entry to stuffing envelopes and other clerical duties. Volunteers work closely with various departments, assisting with select office and administrative tasks. The Regina Humane Society believes everyone should be able to experience the joy of volunteering, including youth. From working with small critters to reading to cats, there is something for every age. To learn more about the Society's volunteer opportunities, including how families and youth can get involved, visit www.reginahumanesociety.ca.
Now, besides our furry friends that are joining us here up on stage, we also have Lisa and Chris. Lisa, Executive Director, Chris, Board President too, and Chris, we're inviting you here to share greetings on behalf of the Board of Directors.
Yeah, on behalf of the Board of Directors and Ranger here, we'd like to thank you for tuning in and welcome.
Now, Lisa, simply put, what are the goals of the Regina Humane Society?
Well, we have a wonderful building that we work very hard in to take care of animals who need us, but our goal is to make sure that the animals don't need us. So our goal is to keep people and pets together, healthy, happy, responsibly. So that means providing pet food bank programs, supplies, subsidized spay-neuter, all of those things that we do to help animals stay with the people who love them.
And are there any really big future plans that you guys have? I know there was a lot of focus on the building when you're first getting in here, but now that you're in here, what are your main goals looking down the line?
Our main goals looking down the line is to do all of those things to make sure that we advance our programming and grow our programming to be able to keep people and their pets together in the community, and also to make sure that we're operating in a center of excellence. So doing everything that we possibly can to give these animals the chance that they need, like Sorrento here, to find their new home and their new family.
Now, how important is evenings like tonight with the telethon going, and how are those donations going to be used?
Well, this is one of the biggest events that we have. Every year we've got, we would love that animals just show up here and they're ready to be adopted, but unfortunately that's not the case. We've got, yeah, be careful there. We've got lots of animals that come in that need a lot of care, and we've got people that do an amazing job here, work tirelessly, and there's a ton of money that's required in order to get guys like this ready to be adopted, get the veterinarian care, and you're going to hear a ton of stories tonight about just how hard it is and how much heroic effort goes in. We'll use all of the money, to give the veterinary care, the staff, the building, the food, everything in order to get these guys in and out of the door. And as Lisa says, our goal is not to keep them here a long time.
I mean, we might just walk out with some here today too, but our hearts are full and we want to keep all of that money coming in too. So that is where we need your help, and keep those donations 639-709-9660 or reginahumanesociety.ca.
Yeah, definitely. And this is a tough job, but a big job that everyone does, and caring for over 3,500 animals. That's
It's a
lot.
lot. It's a full-time job, and we have an incredible staff. And I can't forget to mention our volunteers. We have many, many hundreds and hundreds of volunteers who are here daily, walking dogs and sitting with puppies and playing with kittens. So we couldn't do it without our entire community that is supporting us through the telethon tonight, as well as with their hearts and their time.
And of course, you can help us as well with your donations. Society's Director of Operations is just across the way over there to explain how things go when an animal first arrives at the shelter.
Yes, Rory and I are standing here with Lindsay West, the Director of Operations. As they've mentioned a few times, just shy of 3,600 animals that entered the Humane Society in 2025. What's contributing to that high number of animals that are coming in over the last year or two here?
I mean, I think we're all feeling the pinch of an increased cost of living. You couple that with higher veterinary costs and health care for animals, and it's kind of the perfect storm.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense. Everything is getting to be more expensive these days, and as we watch the gas prices jump up on the daily. But, you know, what kind of intake procedures, when you do get these animals, what kind of procedures do you normally go through? What kind of things are these little guys going to be expecting when they get to the Humane Society?
Every animal that comes in, the first thing that we do is check for identification, tattoo, license, or microchip. That's the most important thing to us. If we can get them home right away, that's what we're going to do. Every animal gets an initial health exam. They get vaccinations, a detailed description. They're booked into our computer system. And we try to match them to any lost reports that we have as well to see if we can get them home.
And it's kind of cool because of the marking that you do. It says 532 pets were returned to their families.
Yes.
Just because of having the chip. And
the majority of animals that we do get home, it's because they have identification, yes.
That's cool.
When I moved back to Regina a couple years ago and ended up getting a pet license I'd never had before, so I'm hoping that I never have to use it for my two little fur balls at home. But those kind of things are very important. They're very helpful. They can get those 532 pets back to the families that are missing them. If someone loses their pet, what should they do?
The first thing that you should do is contact us or go to our website, reginahumanesociety.ca. We'll walk you through the process. We'll get you to file a lost report, and we'll make sure we do everything to get your pet home.
I'm just looking at the phones, and there's 3 lovely characters back here that aren't on the phone, so please, 639-709-9660. We need those calls now. And if you don't have anything in your account, go to your couch. Look under the cushions. Whatever you got, bring it down.
So for now, let's visit the Society's dog adoption suites and meet 2 pets that are looking for their perfect match.
Well, I am in the dog adoption suites, and I've got Connor here and Big Turk. Let's talk about Big Turk. Is he available for adoption?
He is. He definitely is. Big Turk is about 2 years old. He's a lab Rottweiler cross, as you can see from his big bulky head. He's just a happy-go-lucky guy, happy 24/7, real easygoing. I think good with just about anybody. Good in-town, out-of-town dog. Great in the bath. Wonderful to groom.
Yeah. He has got a lot of energy, that Big Turk. Yeah. Well, we've got another one over here. So Jennifer Ford is over here. And oh my goodness, who is this?
Hi, this is Chico. Chico has been with us for a little bit. He's about 3 years old. Don't know for sure exactly how old he is, but he's a boxer mix. And again, he's a very happy-go-lucky guy. He's a gem to walk. He's a volunteer favorite. He's very friendly, very smart guy. But he's here. He's adoptable. All of our adoptable dogs have been spayed or neutered, and all have a microchip and a tattoo. So you're getting everything for your adoption fee. So yeah.
Now I know we're here at the adoption suite, but there are satellite suites around Regina.
Yeah, so we have satellite locations for our cats and sometimes our exotic pets, but typically the cats go out to satellite locations at all the pet stores in the city. Not all of them, but the majority of the pet stores in the city support us for that. Yeah. So that's an opportunity. If folks can't get out here to Parliament Avenue, they can head on over to a pet store and find a new friend there.
It looks like Chico's getting camera shy.
He is a little bit camera shy right now. He's not quite sure how to feel about his 15 minutes of fame. So we'll just let him retreat back into his hut here, and you can come and view him. Yeah, we're open every day of the week except Monday, open from noon till 6 p.m.
Right. And you have a lot of adoption suites. Are all of them full, or?
You know, obviously the goal is not to have all of them full, but you know, unfortunately, we do have quite a few dogs in our care right now that are looking for a new home. So yeah, come on down, come and say hi, and you might find a new friend.
All right. Thank you for sharing Chico with us, and of course, Big Turk over there. There's some really cute dogs here. We're going to bring you more, but right now we are going to throw to the main stage. The staff at the Regina Humane Society Veterinary Care Center heal hurts and hearts every day, so they could do the life-saving work with your donor support. Let's hear what they have to say.
Thank you, Lisa. We are here with Dr. Ball, Director of Veterinary Care, and also Audrey. And thanks to her donation, they were able to buy an on-site X-ray. Please tell us about this.
Our X-ray machine arrived on site in January of 2025, and it has made such a big difference in our ability to provide care for the animals that come to us. It allows us to get them care in a timely fashion because we no longer need to transport them to an external clinic for imaging. It gives us a chance to help them with less stress. You can imagine that moving to an outside clinic to another facility to get X-rays taken for an animal that's already injured or ill is very stressful, so we can eliminate that additional source of stress now. And this allows us to make better decisions about how to help the animals that come in with injuries, respiratory disease, and other internal injuries. And it's a real game changer for them. The donation itself has made such a big difference for us. This is not the sort of equipment that most shelters can acquire on their own, and the help of our donors has given us a chance to help so many more animals with more complex conditions. It really makes a difference every single day.
I'll speak with Audrey here as well. Yourself and anonymous donor were able to be at this X-ray machine. Why did you decide to make this donation?
Well, firstly, I wanted to make a donation in memory of Mr. Gasper, a gentleman who looked after my Yorkshire Terriers for many years, groomed them, and looked after them when I was away. That's the first thing. The second thing is I thought the veterinarians needed an X-ray machine to do their work properly. And thirdly, I have always supported the Humane Society because I cannot understand how incredibly cruel people can be. You know, throwing kittens in the garbage bin, letting a dog out on the highway, and letting cats freeze to death. The Humane Society is there to protect them. And so I felt obliged and morally obliged to support the Humane Society. As simple as that.
Simple but beautiful for sure. And well, we talked about the X-ray, how it helps. Well, here's a example where the veterinarians here were able to save Louie's leg because of this donation. Here's the story.
Every year, the Regina Humane Society provides life-saving medical care for thousands of animals. Last February, Louie was found stray on the side of the highway and brought to the shelter. The orange tabby was clearly in pain and unable to extend his hind leg. The medical assessment included X-rays, which revealed Louie was living with a dislocated hip. It appeared to be an old injury, which had caused immense pain for some time. Thanks to generous donors like you, the Regina Humane Society Veterinary Care Clinic is equipped with an on-site X-ray machine. Immediate access to diagnostic imaging greatly improves outcomes for animals, and for Louie, helped save his leg. The best course of action was surgery to remove the ball portion of Louie's hip joint. Going forward, this would give him the best quality of life and alleviate pain. Following his successful surgery, Louie recuperated in the home of a devoted foster family. In April, it was time for Louis to return to the Humane Society and be placed in adoptions. Staff knew Louis would need a family to help him continue his healing journey. And soon, he found a perfect match. Today, this sweet cat enjoys the best life has to offer, including a loving home and family to call his own. Thanks to your support, the Regina Humane Society can provide expert medical care and perform specialized surgery for homeless and injured animals. Louis is now able to play, explore, and cuddle with his feline best friend, all without pain and discomfort. Make your call now and give more animals like Louis a second chance at life.
Well, Louis is living the life over there. I absolutely love to see it. We're back with Rebecca Carson, Manager of Education and Outreach, and can tell us a little bit, discuss just the resources available to educators for use in the classroom.
Awesome. So we have a variety of resources available both in the classroom and now in the shelter. So for example, we do have our dramatic play kit, which can be used to help children learn hands-on about how the shelter works and is organized. And we do have, excited to announce, field trips coming up live within the next month or so for end-of-year field trips for kids to come in, learn about humane education, and get to see some of the animals we have here at the shelter.
I'm very disappointed at my field trips now growing up. That sounds much, much better. Tell us a little bit, just why are these types of resources so important here?
Yeah, so humane education not only teaches about empathy and animals, but it also creates responsibility, understanding, and it really helps kids learn about not only each other, but also their world around them.
That's amazing. And if we want to learn more about Regina's Humane Society education resources?
Okay, so we can, anyone can check out our website, the www.reginahumanesociety.ca. We do have all of the information on there.
And now we're going to pull the cameras away from that adorable face, which means we must have something really good going on here. And I believe we're going to have our first total update. Remember, that goal is $85,000, so we'll see how close we are getting to it.
That's right. We got a total. Our first total of the night. We're hoping it's a big one.
We're hoping.
Here we go.
Drum roll.
Drum roll.
We're trying to raise $85,000, so, you know, we're oh, well.
Come on, let's go.
Big money, big money, big money. $9,948. Not
Almost,
so bad.
right?
The first hour.
30 minutes.
That's
I
not
like
chump
that.
change.
10,000 almost, yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for donating so far.
So we have got to raise $85,000 tonight, and we're on target. I mean, $10,000 in the first half hour if I do the math. Yeah, we'll get there. But there's incentives to fundraise. So we've got the flash drive for a $100 donation, and then the bank. These banks here.
I was flying earlier today. That would have been useful to have earlier today.
So yeah, so let's, the phone number is probably on your screen. I think there's a QR code, but 639-709-9660.
And before we forget, we want to make sure that we thank the sponsors that are working with us tonight. Our hourly sponsor right now is Wheaton Kia. I know they've been working with us for a very long time. Thank you to Access Communications for partnering with the RHS for the last 38 years. To GB Audio for the microphones, Boston Pizza for catering our telethon, and thank you to Frontier Supply Chain Solutions Incorporated for delivering incentive prizes.
That's right, and all of those donations go to help animals like little Jetta here. 3,500 animals, over 3,500 animals every year, and we work really hard to make sure that they end up adopted and happy with their forever family.
Oh, this is too cute almost. Hey, I see the phones and the Kia folks need to get on them, so 639-709-9660. Please phone now. And Regina Humane Society staff are there to help when animals need it most. Let's hear from one animal protection officer right now.
I'm Officer Zaff. I'm the Assistant Supervisor for Animal Protection Services at the Regina Humane Society. We do handle the animal control bylaw for the City of Regina, but we are also responsible for investigating cruelty, which falls under the Animal Protection Act of Saskatchewan, constantly adjusting to the different situations and scenarios that you're going on. And you could be going from a running at large dog call to dropping off food or going to possibly a cruelty investigation. I think anyone that comes in to the shelter can see in any different area how their donations can help. And it can be food donations, it can be litter donations, it can be blankets, it can be towels. Those are all things that are used. Different situations every day. Not everything is easy and not everything can be happy, but trying to make a difference and being out in the field and interacting with different situations and different people and different environments, it does have its rewards, and I just can't imagine doing anything else.
All right, welcome to the Cat Communal. I'm joined by Candace Davis, the Enrichment Coordinator, and Jennifer Ford, Supervisor of Animal Care. And we have three wonderful, adorable adoptables. So let's start with you, Candace. We have Coconut.
We do have Coconut. He's about 3.5 months old, and he is the epitome of a ginger cat. He is so, so affectionate. I have been fighting off his loves. He keeps trying to headbutt my face, which I don't really mind, if I'm being honest. But, oh, he's such a snuggle bug, and he's going to make somebody so happy, right? You're so handsome.
That's just one, yeah.
And we're over in Movie Star Corner over here. I have Audrey Hepburn, and Jennifer, you have Elizabeth Taylor.
Right.
Tell us about these two little beauties.
So these little girls came in stray. We don't know a whole lot about them, but they're about 3 months old. They have both been spayed, and they have their tattoos and microchips, so they're all good to go. They are very affectionate. I woke up little Elizabeth here. She was having a nap, so she's still pretty sleepy, but they both obviously are comfortable being handled. They're very, very sweet. She was purring just a minute ago. I don't know if the microphones can pick it up, but just an absolute gem, and yeah, available for adoption at any time.
And when is the Cat Communals open to come see, or any of our satellite places to see these kitties? Because they're all over.
We do. We have cats all over the city. The adoptions atrium and all of the adoption areas in the building are open at noon every day except Monday, and we're closed at 6. And if you are interested in meeting any one of these furry friends, we can make that happen. The satellite locations are the pet stores around the city, so their hours of operation will be whatever the store hours are. But again, if you can't make it all the way out here, you are welcome to pop into one of the pet stores and see what they've got out there.
Once again, the phone number 639-709-9660. The Regina Humane Society is fortunate to partner with businesses to improve the welfare of animals like these three. And we have a special guest to tell us more near the main stage.
Thanks, Lee. Well, we are here with, Bill and I are here with Megan Dunn with Sherwood Co-op. And you have a relationship with Regina Humane Society. I wonder if you can just tell, how do you support? How does Sherwood Co-op support?
Of course, we love the Humane Society, so we try to give all year long. So we are proud to support the upcoming Ales and Tales. We are a sponsor of that. We do a partnership with Pure Country in January for the Betty White Challenge and match $5,000 worth of goods of kitty litter, bleach, detergent, all those things that they need and use a lot of. We do that. And then we also do a silent auction at our food store's customer appreciation that I have a nice big check for.
Oh, well, why do you do this? Why does Sherwood Co-op donate to the Regina Humane Society?
Personally, who can say no to those puppies? I mean, I have a good boy at home. His name's Frank. He's an alum of the Regina Humane Society, and it's just the right thing to do. And you can't, like, look at this guy.
This is Jingle.
This is Jingle. How? You can't say no.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I'd like to take one home.
Yeah. No, might steal a puppy.
Now, say you have a check here, and Bill, tell us a little bit about this check.
Well, from what I understand, this was done last fall as for a fundraiser that you did. And I just want to mention that Sherwood Co-op has been a wonderful, wonderful friend of the Regina Humane Society through the Betty White Challenge, as you mentioned. Also, just helping us out when we need it. We've put out a call a couple of times, and you've always, always been there. And a real testament to the compassion and generosity of our business community. So thank you very much. We appreciate you and all you've done for us.
All right.
It's totally because of our members. Like, they support us, and that's why we're able to support you. So the thanks goes to our members who are in our stores day in and day out.
Well, that's awesome. So let's get to it. Let's see what we've got. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
$7,450. Thank you very much on behalf of the Regina Humane Society, jingle, and all the pets in our care. Thank you
Yes.
very much for being the friends that you are to us.
Yeah. Thank you, Megan, for joining us. Great. Thank you to Sherwood Co-op. All right, well, we're going to go to the phones now. The Regina Humane Society has been bringing pets and people together for more than 60 years. Here's more on how you can adopt a furry family member.
Well, we're here with Annette Lorentz, manager of Pathway Planning. 2,094 animals were adopted last year, including cats, dogs, birds, rabbits, rodents, and a few other things. Yeah. So how do you exactly go about adopting a pet from the Humane Society?
A couple ways. You can come down to the shelter Tuesday to Sunday between noon and 6 and walk around, look at the animals. If somebody tugs at your heart, talk to one of our awesome adoption counselors, and they'll help you out and go from there.
And there's a lot of heart tugging when you come down here, that's for sure.
There is.
And when it comes to those satellite adoption centers, too, how many are coming out of those for adoption-wise?
We do about 425 to 450 a year out of our satellite centers, so they're a huge asset to our adoption army.
And speaking of adoptions, so all of the animals that we see on the telethon here will be available for adoption. Is that correct?
100%. Tuesday at noon, come on down and find somebody like Bilbo here, 2 years old, loves to be cuddled, isn't even fizzed by all the lights and the camera.
He kind of looks like a Baggins.
Right? He's awesome.
Bilbo. I've got a few, we got some donations here. We got Vincent Horry, $100. We got Michael O'Connor, $100. Chris Kachuk, $1,000. And in memory of Roger McDonald, $100. So thank you guys for phoning that number.
Thank you so much. We want to keep those donations going to 639-709-9660. The Regina Humane Society's Animal Service Center. It is one of the busiest areas at the shelter, and we're going to learn a little bit more right now.
One of the busiest areas at the Regina Humane Society is the Animal Service Center. As Regina's animal shelter and municipal animal services provider, the Society is a safe haven to any animal in need, regardless of breed, age, temperament, or medical condition. Animal Services Center staff register incoming animals in the Society's database, about 3,500 every year, whether they are stray, surrendered, or rescued as part of an animal cruelty investigation. When a lost or stray animal first arrives, Regina Humane Society staff immediately check for identification. This could be a pet license, tattoo, microchip, or ID tag. With this valuable information, staff can quickly reunite animals with their families. Unfortunately, a high percentage of stray animals do not have any type of permanent identification. City of Regina bylaws state all dogs and cats in Regina must be licensed. By law, the Regina Humane Society must hold stray animals without identification for 72 hours. If they have any form of identification or appear purebred, that hold period is 10 days. This gives owners time to search for and claim lost pets. Animals not claimed after the legal holding period become the property of the Society. While some animals arrive stray, others are surrendered into the Regina Humane Society's care. Many families experience difficulties in pet ownership. Challenges such as behavioral issues, financial barriers, unexpected litters, changes in living situation, or other issues may occur. Staff discuss potential solutions with families or offer alternative rehoming options. Should the animal be admitted, staff will explain the surrender process and collect vital information about the animal. Once admitted, a comprehensive description of the animal is recorded, including breed, age, sex, spay-neuter status, and other distinguishing features. All animals are vaccinated against disease and assessed for health problems, like ear mites, frostbite, or other noticeable injuries and ailments. If required, animals are further examined by the Regina Humane Society Veterinary Department. A photograph of the pet is taken and included in the animal's file. To help distraught families locate their missing four-legged family members, the Regina Humane Society offers online lost and found pet reporting. A photo and physical description are uploaded to the Society's online catalog of stray pets at www.reginahumanesociety.ca. Staff also begin the difficult task of matching animals to lost pet reports. Although staff work hard to help families search for missing animals, owners are strongly encouraged to frequently visit the Regina Humane Society in person to look for their pet. Thanks to the dedicated staff of the Regina Humane Society, approximately 500 lost pets are reunited with their families every year. Ensuring your pet has up-to-date identification, including a pet license, tattoo, microchip, and ID tag, is the best way to increase the chances of a happy reunion.
All right, well, Lee and I are back with country recording artist Chris Henderson, and I understand you had a flight this morning at 5:30 that we weren't sure if you were making it.
I did. I was on stage till about 1 a.m. in Grand Prairie, Alberta, but you got to do what you got to do to come back here and join this great cause.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, definitely. Thank goodness they got you here. You never know these days. What are you going to be singing?
I'm going to be singing a song called Kissing Sadie. It was written by myself and a couple friends from Alberta, Mr. Mike Little and Miss Joni Delorier. I'm going to dedicate this one to Joni, who's going through some health stuff right now. Originally it was written about unrequited love, but then I adopted a dog from the Humane Society about 8 years ago, named her Sadie. So now I think about puppy kisses when I sing this song.
All right, take it away.
Thank you, friends. It goes like this. She's got everything a boy could want. Everybody says that she's a one. I want to love her, but I can't move on, I know. Whoa, 'cause my heart's not in it, and to tell you the truth, I'm kissing Sadie, but it should be lying in the arms of someone new. I'm kissing Sadie, but it should be. It's not her fault that I can't forget. It's not her fault I ain't over you yet. I close my eyes and I'm with you instead, I know. Whoa, 'cause my heart's not in it, and to tell you the truth, I'm kissing Sadie, but it should be lying in the arms of someone new. I'm kissing Sadie, but it should be. I'm kissing Sadie, but it should be. Tell you the truth, I'm kissing Sadie, but it should be lying in the arms of someone new. I'm kissing Sadie, but it should be lying in the arms of someone new. I'm kissing Sadie, but it should be. I'm kissing Sadie, but it should be you. Thank you, friend.
I went because there was an all call by the Regina Humane Society that they were desperate They had way too many dogs. Angel had passed my beagles, so I didn't think I was ready, but they said, ready or not, we need people to step up. The one I thought I would want wasn't there anymore. And then my friend Karen said, what about that dog? He sat and kept staring at the door after you went by. And they brought in the brown dog right when I was crying about losing Angel, my beagle. And he put his head on my lap immediately, just giving me the most enormous hug as tears were falling. My friend just looked at me and said, you said the best dogs choose you. And he's chosen, and you're it. He is absolutely an unbelievable and extraordinary dog. He is intuitive to people. He seems to sense when people are struggling, like emotionally. I love you too. We love long hikes, so almost every morning we're out hiking 3 to 6K. 3K in the -40, 6K, 5K normally. Someone brought him in. He was badly quilled. He surrendered him, but then as they started taking the quills out, he was so incredibly gentle. I mean, they were causing extreme pain, but he just let them. So gentle, so loving, and just wants to connect with humans like none of that has ever occurred. And that is amazing. The Regina Humane Society does so much good work, both in handling surrenders, in handling rescues, in going into situations, and saving not just dogs, but cats and other animals. You've got to support that good work. It's just so important. And they just need those resources to make that job a little bit easier. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, though. He really is just the perfect dog. That animal there, that unconditional love, is just extraordinary.
These stories always tug on the heartstrings, and right now we're looking at Jolly beside us. My name's Amanda, and I have Hannah here, and they have this really awesome fundraiser, Ales for Tails. Tell us about it.
Yeah, Ales for Tails is our longest running and most popular fundraiser. It always sells out. It's at Bushwhacker every year, and it involves dinner, drinks, a 50-50, and a silent auction.
And how do we get tickets? When is it?
It's on May 26th this year, and you can buy tickets online at our website. If you go to the Get Involved section, it will be right there.
Perfect. I did have a puppy. He got stolen by somebody that was on the phones, and now he's walking on over. And so ring those phones, please. 639-709-9660, reginahumanesociety.ca. We're going to go over to the main stage to see 3 more beautiful babies that are ready to be adopted.
Oh my goodness. This is why we stole them from over there. They are just too cute. Tell us a little bit about these adoptable, adorable pets that we have going right now.
All right, so these guys are litter mates. They came to us a few weeks ago and they've been in foster care. I have Ranger, Connor has Jetta, and Candace has Sorrento, and they are about 6 weeks old, Candace, I think, hey? Yeah. 7-ish. So they'll be about ready to go for adoption here very soon. So watch for them. Or are they going back to foster, I believe, hey? No, they're staying with us. See, I don't know what... I'm supposed to be in charge of these guys, and I don't know what they're doing. They just came back to us today. So yes, they're going to stay with us. We're going to get them all prepped and ready to go for adoption. And yeah.
They are cute. I don't blame you for just forgetting like everything about them. It's just you go into the puppy mode and get lost in those eyes. You can't put sentences together after that.
And like, look at this little guy. He's
And
just so sweet.
They're
and
all up for
gentle.
adoption on Tuesday, right?
On Tuesday.
Tuesday.
What time?
Noon.
Noon? Okay, because I've been here before at about 10:30 and no go. Wait till noon. No, you didn't recognize me.
Very unrecognized.
Yeah, I came for sound check and I couldn't get in. Anyhow, sorry. I see the phones, actually. Nobody's on them. I see the phones with nobody talking on them. That's 639-709-9660. Please phone now. And Candace might sing a song later.
I was not told about this.
Okay.
I think if we hit that total of $85,000, I think we could get her singing a little bit here. But right now we're going to throw over to our roving camera. Let's go to the Society's Veterinary Care Center to find out more about the life-saving work of that department.
Yes, in fact, Candace told us she was going to sing, so I think that's going to happen if we hit 85,000. Catherine Ball, we're here with. We're talking about the vet clinic. This is part that you don't really see. Behind me, the surgical area as well. So this is a part that the public doesn't see, but it's so important to the Regina Humane Society. So maybe talk a little bit about how beneficial it is to have the clinic right on site for the Regina Humane Society.
It's a real benefit to the animals to have a veterinary clinic on site. By the nature of the place, we get animals in here in various states of need, some injured, some ill, some of them in dire straits, really. And having a clinic on site gives us the opportunity to provide them the care they need in a timely fashion without having to transport them further. And it also gives us the opportunity for animals that are healing and recovering to provide the follow-up care that they need to expedite that recovery and get them into homes.
Every day is different, but could you take us through just an average day a veterinarian would experience here, considering all the chaos that you might experience?
We see lots of variety in the course of a day. Certainly one of the core activities of our clinic is providing spay-neuter services so that we make sure that the pets that we send to new homes are not going out and creating unplanned litters. And so that occupies a good piece of the day. But we also see an absolute assortment of animals with all sorts of needs, from ear infections to injuries to skin infections. Sometimes we see broken legs or eye infections. All of those are things that we're able to help with.
And how is this different from, say, other veterinarian clinics?
Our shelter clinic is different from a regular private practice in that we don't see appointments for pets belonging to members of the public. Our work is really focused on the animals in the shelter that we're preparing to send out to new homes or that we're supporting as they recover in foster care. And that is more than enough to keep us busy. We've got full-time veterinarians, a couple of them actually, that keep things rolling here and never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment, and a lot of great equipment here. We mentioned the x-rays, obviously, with the donation. That's been absolutely fantastic. So whether you're mastering the basics, by the way, of training or more difficult taxes, the Regina Humane Society training program can actually help, and that's what we're going to talk about next.
All right, well, we are here with Emily Garland, who I actually had the pleasure of bringing my dog in and working with last year. And I will say it was very helpful. We're still a work in progress at home there, but the tips and the tricks that you've taught us certainly made a difference. Can you tell the home audience a little bit about some of the classes that are offered here with the RHS training program?
Sure. So we offer behavior classes like focus and control and leash reactivity, foundations, which would be for kind of any new puppy or adult dog you're bringing home. And then we offer sport classes, predominantly agility and nose work, but some scattered other ones as well.
Right on. And what, how does that kind of training with the RHS, how does that support the shelter? What kind of difference does that make here?
For sure. So outside of paying me, I suppose, every other dollar goes directly back into our shelter. So you're supporting both the classes here, the dogs here, and the dogs training while they're in the shelter as well.
Awesome. And like I said, I can tell you firsthand that it was very beneficial for me and for Sadie. And also, where can we learn more about the classes so that we can get more people to sign up and support this great cause?
For sure. So our classes, if you just Google Regina Humane Society training, it should be the first thing that pops up. Classes for May and June just went live for registration on Friday, so everything should be mostly open for you if you jump on soon.
Like I said, I can vouch for it. It was very, very helpful, very useful, and a good use of time.
Yeah, and I must say that too that and Emily touched on it, that she's also been working with our staff and some volunteers on some in-house behavior programs to give our dogs the best chance to get home and find that forever family for sure. I do have a pledge I'd like to read. We had a donation by Mary Stein, a donation of $100, and she challenges all Great Dane owners to meet or beat her pledge again of $100. We want to get the Wheaton Kia crew here busy, so let's do that right now. And also, we do want to remind you the phone number, 639-709-9660. And foster families are a very vital role, part of the Regina Humane Society's life-saving mission, and one staff member shares her thoughts on that right now.
I'm Bridget Lennon, and I am the Assistant Supervisor of Pathway Planning at the Regina Humane Society. Fostering is really important at the Regina Humane Society, especially in cases where animals are having a hard time. Lots of times we see dogs that are in need of socialization with other dogs or humans because they come into the shelter very scared and fearful. Animals that are sick, either they have some upper respiratory infections we see very common, or animals that are injured in some way. My two fosters, Maple and Mouse, did come in with their two other siblings when they were about 3 weeks old. They were found kind of wrapped in a whole bunch of garbage and twined together. So Maple had a kind of severe wound on her foot, so we were really worried that she might lose it, but with time and care and with the fostering program and the vets taking a look at her, she ended up healing very, very well. Unfortunately, we did end up losing 2 of the kittens, but Maple and Oak are now living, and they got adopted together, so they're now living their best life. Donations are really, really important to us. It keeps our building running. It keeps the cats and dogs fed and watered. It keeps everybody nice and warm here, and it really, really supports the animals, whether it's, you know, sponsoring an adoption for a dog that's been here for too long, or, you know, getting extra help for a cat that's in need of veterinary care. They're very, very important because a lot of the times it's very unpredictable what we deal with on the day-to-day. So having those donations and having that ability to help so many animals in need is really, really important to us.
All right, well, I think we have a total.
Yes, this is an exciting stuff here. Let's see where we are now with the brand new total. What do you think, Ranger? What do you think it's going to be? A lot of money?
What do you think, Phoebe?
Right?
Wow.
Oh, wow. Nice jump.
All right.
Big total here.
All right, $20,257.
Well done.
Well done. Thank you.
And you know, we can't do this without our sponsors, and I'm just going to give a couple of thanks. We at Keaton is our sponsor of the hour. Access Communication, we absolutely love you. I do. GV Audio for Mike's. Boston Pizza, had our food before we began. Thanks for the catering. Frontier Supply Chain Solutions for delivering those awesome incentive prizes like I'm wearing. Yeah.
I like it. The dog tag USB.
Right.
I like
I
it.
think we might be wearing like better incentives here.
I think they are. You are wearing the best incentives.
Yes.
Who are you wearing?
This is Ranger. He's pretty sleepy right now, but he wants us to get all of that money raised. And we got an adorable kitten over here too.
Oh, she's something. She is something. Let me tell you. She's so full of energy, but her purring is crazy right now. She has so much energy, such a fur baby, and there was over
578.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those animals that entered the RHS, but the great news, 2,077 found new homes, and 532 pets were reunited with their families, so that's great news. So we want people to make pledges, right? There's all these little guys out there.
Absolutely. So it's very easy to do so. Again, we've been pushing out that number for you all night long here, 639-709-9660. We got a rogue puppy over here to my right here
got
too.
a rogue one.
That's Sorrento. That is baby Sorrento. We saw him on TV. There are so many other animals too that need new homes, and we're gonna let you meet them.
All right. Well, if you're thinking of adding a pet to your home, it's time to meet 2 animals that would make a wonderful addition to your family.
Yes, I'm here with Connor and Stryker, who is an adorable adoptable. And Connor, what can you tell us about Stryker?
Well, Stryker we have as about 4 years old. He's a lab cross, and he's an absolute cuddle bug. He does love his time outdoors, but he will absolutely enjoy a night on the couch watching movies, your favorite reality TV show, whatever you're watching. But he's just a happy-go-lucky guy for sure. It's hard to have him on his bad side.
Now he's looking outside, so I think I know what Stryker's really hoping for. He's probably, for an active family, perfect with that.
Exactly, for sure, for sure. Would also be wonderful with kids, yeah.
Now, of course, if you are interested in a dog like Stryker, or maybe any dog, a reminder that you can come to the to the clinic. Shelter is open for Tuesday to Sunday, noon to 6 p.m., and you can adopt somebody like Stryker. There's also satellite adoption centers. There's Cathedral Pet Shop, Pat's Pets, Pets Depot, Petland, PetSmart, Pet Value, a lot of pet. But yeah, basically those stores. So if you are interested, that is where you want to look at reginahumanesociety.ca, where you'll see Stryker and a lovely other animals as well. So the number to call, 639-709-9660. Right, Stryker? That's numbered for your donation for sure. And, lights went down. That tells me it's time to move on. Check in over at the phones to see if we have any pledges or challenges to share.
Well, thanks very much, Lee. And speaking of thank you very much, I'd like to thank Greg and his crew from Wheaton Kia for being our hourly sponsor for our 6 to 7 o'clock hour. Thanks very much for being
folks.
here. Again, I've lost count how many times. And why do you come by? It's awfully great to have you here.
Why do we do this? Because it's a great cause, and we love cats and dogs and other furry friends.
Awesome. And I know when usually we bring some animals by the dealership after the telethon, we'll be doing that again. And the staff I know is really, really into our animals here and want to support what we're doing. So thank you very much. And coming up in the next hour, it'll be Cowtown as our hourly sponsor. And we thank them for being a part of the show as well.
So we want to remind you as well, the goal tonight is $85,000. So while we are thrilled to have over $20,000 already, we're actually a little bit behind pace. So we need people to pick up the phone, call 639-709-9660. And of course, there are some incentives that you can get as well. You can get a free RHS dog tag flash drive if you donate $100 or more. You can get the flash drive and an RHS power bank with a donation of $250 or more. Reminder that Visa and MasterCard are welcome, and your donations are tax deductible. You can also donate online at reginahumanesociety.ca or by scanning the QR code that's available on your screen throughout the show.
639-709-9660. This is Jingle, by the way, available on Tuesday.
Available on Tuesday, I believe, yes.
Now, are we going to see how the veterinary clinics are helping out?
I believe we are.
All right, here we go.
We are back. We're going to talk about Dr. Melissa Hunchak is here. She is with Heart Care. Yes. So we are going to talk a little bit about why it's important for the Regina Humane Society. But I think I'll start with you, Lisa. Just partnering with local veterinarians, offering their donated services. Why is this so important?
Well, that is important is an understatement. And CarePort has certainly been there for the Humane Society in an incredible way for it's close to 13 years. And if I could say, that is close to $250,000 in donated services and support to the Regina Humane Society. And that translates into us being able to save more lives, and we just are eternally grateful for really having them as part of the Humane Society family.
So, Dr. Hunchak, Amanda and I were just talking about there was a little kitten here. We're talking about it was fixed. But let's talk about the services that you provide to the Regina Humane Society.
So each month we donate 10 surgeries for cats to be either spayed or neutered, just to try to help decrease the workload on the veterinary care team at the Humane Society.
And Amanda, who do you have here?
I have Bilbo. Bilbo is a big boy. He is precious. He is calm, as you can see, and he loves when his paws are crossed.
Loves when his paws are crossed.
And he's such a distinguished gentleman. And if you wanted to see what your generosity does, like if you ring those phones tonight, 639-709, here, Lisa, do you want to take him? 709-9660. And we love pledges. We love challenges. Yeah. We love, if you want to challenge other fellow cheese taxers out there to make a donation, do that too. This is a lot of fun, and we want to show you where your funds go and what your generosity does for these animals.
Yeah, and really these services that you donate, it's so important. Why do you guys do it 10 services a year? Or a month, sorry.
I think years ago when we were deciding how we could support charity within the city, we figured that the Humane Society was a natural fit. They align with all of our goals to help animals, so it just seemed like a natural tribute to them.
It is amazing. Hunchak with Careport Animal Hospital. I mean, you guys are so lucky to have veterinarians across Regina supporting you.
Absolutely. We couldn't do without what we do without our community, and certainly that is our community of veterinarians in the community, as well as everyone that's watching here tonight. Animals just like this sweetheart right here are waiting for you to call in and make a donation, because we're able to do what we do because of you.
All right, well, the Regina Humane Society is a life-saving organization, and I want you to meet one of the animals that your continued generosity has helped.
Summer is an especially busy season at the Regina Humane Society, when an increased number of cats and kittens arrive in need of care. It was during this time Peeber was found stray. Just 2 months old, this brave kitten endured hardships no animal should experience. No one knows exactly what happened to Peeber, resulting in a severely infected wound on his hind leg and damage to the nail bed on one paw. Concerned shelter veterinarians sedated their small patient. They gently cleaned and assessed the condition of his wound. He received pain and antibiotic medications. The wound needed to improve before surgery could be performed, requiring monitoring and multiple bandage changes. His torn nail was removed and the nail bed cleaned. Peeber's life-changing surgery was a success, thanks to the skillful hands of the Regina Humane Society's veterinary team. 1 month after he arrived at the shelter, this resilient kitten quickly healed and was ready to find a family to call his own. Every day, the Regina Humane Society Veterinary Care Center responds to urgent medical needs. They treat illness, manage pain, perform delicate surgery, and support recovery. Because of their care, Peeber spends his days surrounded by love, cuddle and feline companions. Each day is now a new adventure. With your generous support, even more animals will receive life-saving care and begin their journey home. Make your call now.
We're now in the Animal Services area. I'm here with Animal Service or Protection Officer Balog, and we're going to talk a little about his role, their role here at the Regina Humane Society. An officer, I guess it's a tough one to talk about, but how many cruelty, how many neglect complaints did the Animal Protection Services receive in 2025?
So in 2025, animal protection officers investigated approximately 851 reported cases of cruelty and neglect.
Well, it's tough to hear that many. I know you guys have a job when this happens, but for the community, when they see things, what is their role in helping out?
Everything. Without them, it's tough for us to see things, be out in the neighborhood all the time. So they are always out there seeing things, hearing things. So when they call in the complaints, it really does help us out.
Now, some people who report these things like to stay anonymous. Does that make things difficult down the line when going through the investigation?
So sometimes it does. So if we need to any other follow-up questions or anything like that, or we need to get statements. Also, if we do need to take further steps in the investigation, remain anonymous does hinder sometimes.
How do donations tonight help your team?
It helps us tremendously. We don't receive any funding for enforcing the Animal Protection Act, so it plays a huge role in helping us do our investigation. Yeah, do our
to talk about, but it is an important thing here at the Regina Humane Society. Now, some of the people, some of the animals that definitely are helped are still needing you to adopt them. And we have some furry friends that are waiting to show how much love they want to give to you. We'll meet them right now in our next segment.
And here we go. Is that Django?
There you go. Yes, we got Django. He's got a lot of energy. And as you can see, he is very treat driven. He would make such a great companion for anybody with a high physical lifestyle, like runners or a farm. farm or?
Yeah, Django, actually his story is that he was born here at our facility. He's had a couple of missteps along the way, but it's allowed us to learn a little bit more about him. So he is quite high energy, would do really well either in an active home or on an acreage or farm type situation. His brain can't function unless he's got something to focus on, as you can see. So yeah, we just wanted to feature him and just talk about that, you know, we don't always have dogs suitable for the city, so we want to make sure that those that are adopting understand that sometimes we need to provide them with the right environment to best suit what they're meant to do. And he is obviously a working dog and is for hire right now. He's not picky. He doesn't demand much, just treats.
Lots and lots of treats.
He's very focused.
Yes. Look at him. Yes, yes. Once he's focused, you can get him to do anything.
So what does the adoption fee include?
So our adoption fees include the sterilization, they include a microchip and a tattoo, and he has been fully vaccinated as well. So there's really not much you have left to do as an adopter. Just take them home. 5 months old. As I said, he was born here, so he knows us very well. We're his adoptive family, but also his first family. So, but we want to, you know, hand him off to somebody else, and he can go thrive.
Well, we want to make sure that you guys know that the fine folks from Cowtown are here on the phones. So we'd like those phones to start ringing any time now. 639-709-9660. And Django's looking for a home, and you can come Tuesday?
Tuesday, yeah. We are open Tuesday through Sunday from noon until 6 p.m.
Cool.
Yeah.
And pets are cherished family members. So when it's time to say goodbye, the Regina Humane Society is here to help you honor their memory.
It truly is such a tough time, but the Humane Society does a wonderful job of keeping that memory alive, and there's different services being offered, like cremation service.
So, you know, losing a pet is very difficult. We know that. Just about everybody at the Humane Society has pets of their own and has gone through it as well. So we know firsthand how difficult it can be, and we want to make that process as easy as we can for people. With our pet cremation services, so many people these days want to hang on to the remains of their pet. You know, they might keep them at home, they might bury them or spread them in a place that has meaning for them, and we help make that possible for them. So it is something that is very dignified. We have a room where people, we call it our goodbye room, where when people bring their pets in themselves, they can spend some time with their pet before that process happens. And also, if they wish, they can get the remains back. They can purchase an urn and pay tribute to their pet in that way.
And it helps the future of other pets, too, by raising some money for the Humane Society.
Well, absolutely. As difficult as it is, the money that comes from the Pet Cremation Service goes towards the many programs and services of the Humane Society, and as you mentioned, does help other pets to find their forever home, just like the pet that they're saying goodbye to, so it's very important.
And now, how could people go about placing an obituary for their pet?
Yeah, that's something we've been doing for a number of years now, and it's quite popular. It's on our website under pet loss, and people can write an obituary for their pet and post it on there. It stays up for a year, and pay tribute to their pet and tell the world how they felt about that pet and what that pet meant to them. And people, if they wish to, can also make a donation in the name of that pet and family as well. Again, helping more animals to live a good life.
And we want to keep those donations coming in here tonight to the phones. They're looking pretty quiet. We need to get them ringing. So 639-709-9660. You can go online to reginahumanesociety.ca. But right now, the Humane Society staff and animals rely on those foster families to open their homes and their hearts to animals in need. And we want to give a little bit more looks here at that life-saving program.
The Regina Humane Society's foster care program is a vital part of the Society's life-saving mission. These volunteers open their hearts and homes to animals who are not yet ready for adoption. Some animals arrive at the Regina Humane Society as young litters with their mother, while others may be orphans requiring around-the-clock care. These animals are simply too young and vulnerable to be placed for adoption. While staff work tirelessly to prevent transmission of illness between animals, puppies and kittens are more susceptible to sickness and disease. Foster families protect these fragile animals by caring for them in their own homes. Here, they also have an opportunity to experience everyday life with a family. This ultimately leads to successful adoptions and a better transition to permanent homes. Animals recovering from injury or illness heal faster when placed in a comfortable and loving home environment. Under the supervision of Regina Humane Society staff and veterinarians, foster families care for the medical and emotional needs of these animals until they are well enough to return to the shelter. Some animals are placed in foster care to address behavioral needs that are better managed in a home setting rather than the shelter environment. Fearful dogs or puppies may need extra socialization before adoption. Feral kittens require extra love to learn that people are not to be feared. With the care and attention foster families provide, these animals go on to find permanent homes. The Regina Humane Society foster program also supports people and animals in times of crisis. Safe Places Foster Families provides a temporary safe home for pets of those who are leaving domestic violence situations. After spending time in foster care, animals are healthy, happy, and well prepared for a life in a new home. This life-changing program also opens space in the shelter, freeing kennels and staff to house and care for even more animals in need. To become a foster family or for more information, visit www.reginahumanesociety.ca.
Well, we are here with Chris Henderson and Candice Davies, and you are an enrichment Davis. You are see, we talked about this. You're an enrichment coordinator. What? That sounds fun. What is it?
Well, it's a dream job, obviously. It's my dream job. So what I actually do is I run our foster care program, but kind of on the side, I also do our enrichment programming, which is just making sure that our animals each day have something that they can do that's a little bit different, a little bit novel, so that they feel a little bit more at home. As you can imagine, it's a little bit exhausting being in a kennel all day, despite the fact...
Oh, is it exhausting, Chris, holding that cat?
It's very hard.
Patootie looks a little bit exhausted here. I've named him Patootie.
So yeah, I just do that each day, just that. It's pretty great, and it's nice because it's really good for their mental health, their mental well-being. You just love everything.
Okay, so what kind of activities are you doing on in enrichment?
Yeah, for sure. So we kind of do a little bit of everything. So we have food enrichment, where we kind of create things like dog puzzles or puzzles for the cats where they have to use their brain to figure out how to get out the treats. Things like lick mats. What we'll do is we actually use slow feeders, and we'll put in lots of goodies like peanut butter or broth with some vegetables or apples, and we freeze them, and it actually gives the dogs a little bit more time to try to figure out how to get them out, which is really sweet. But we also have lots of different toys that we put out too. Like we have people that make rope toys for the dogs, and then we have bottle socks where we have basically just a water bottle shoved into a sock, and they love the little crinkle of it. Like 10 out of 10 favorite thing for a dog, especially puppies. Whew. And
I feel like we should do this at home.
Well,
I could use some enrichment most days, I think.
I could use some enrichment.
He needs a bottle sock. I'll get you one.
Thank you. That'd be helpful.
But do you ever are you ever telling the donors how to enrich your cat's lives at home?
Yeah, I mean, we do actually have DIY instructions on our website under our How to Help tab. Okay. So you can make crafts with your kids, whether it's for your own pets or your friends' pets, or of course for the shelter pets. We're always happy to take them as donations. Yeah, it's great. It's great to have people making them up because then it's just nice and easy for us to distribute them.
Yeah, it is. Who have you got here?
This sweetie is Coconut, and he's about 4 months old, and oh my gosh, I just love him so much. He's just the epitome of an orange cat. He's got those orange cat vibes.
Yeah, what is the orange cat vibe? Help me.
Yeah, so anybody out there that's owned an orange cat, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. So they are unbelievably sweet and so charming, and you just can't help but love them, but they do get into trouble. They're very mischievous and curious, and they're going to cause a little bit of trouble, but you can't stay mad at them because, like, look at this face.
Right?
Yeah. That one right there was just trying to do some enrichment on my shoulder. So, yeah.
Chris, I hear you have orange cat. What is it?
Orange cat
do you have
syndrome,
red hair?
I've got a little bit of that. Yeah, if I grow my beard out, it'll eventually turn into a little bit of orange in there too. So it's a bit of the Irish comes out in me, I guess.
Yeah.
So I come by it honestly.
How can people help? Like, can people help any part of the enrichment program?
Yeah, so I actually have volunteers. I call them my Treat Factory volunteers. I got them all for Christmas this year. I got them shirts that says treat dealer, and I thought that was the cutest thing. So now they all wear them when they come out. They just do food enrichment for us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which is really great. So you can get involved with that.
So what kind of time is that?
Yeah, so they usually come out for 1 to 2 hours, and they'll just do enrichment for the cats and the dogs. Usually it's the food enrichment portion just because it takes a little bit longer, and you have to kind of put in the love to make it creative and beautiful, and they do such a good job.
So we want to remind you, if you want to get involved with the Regina Humane Society and hang out with Candace and the treat dealer crew, you can go to reginahumanesociety.ca. And, of course, our phone number here this evening, if you want to help and donate, is 639-709-9660.
Like our goal is 85,000. We got a little ways to go. You were saying earlier we're a little bit behind, but I think we are going to head to stage for we'll see if we've got some special guests to announce a new total. How's that?
Sounds great.
All right, let's go do it.
All right, we're going to welcome in our guests from BP's in a second, but let's find out what we have for a new total. Let's take a look at the board.
This is always the most exciting part of the nights when we have these new totals.
And here we go. The total. All right, so it looks like we have $27,050. Not too shabby.
Well done.
But we are going to add to that as we bring in our new guests to come along with us. Lisa's
right.
joined by Brandy Kindred and Darcy Vanos from Boston Pizza. And,
come on in, guys.
Yes, come on in.
Lots of room.
So they have a very special presentation for us, and I'm going to let them share the exciting news.
Sure, are we going right to the amount?
Yes.
Okay, so today we are donating $5,455.30.
Incredible.
Excellent.
Can you tell
Thank
us
you
a
so
little
much.
bit about how you raised that much?
Absolutely. So every year we do a Valentine's Day program, and part of that program is guest donations for paper hearts, digital hearts, our salted caramel panuki. Stay here. And then, of course, donations from heart-shaped pizzas on Valentine's Day themselves from all of our really amazing guests.
Well, it's all about love, and I am so grateful that Boston Pizza has shared their love with all of the animals at the Humane Society and all the people that supported their fundraiser. It's going to make an incredible difference, but it doesn't stop there. Boston Pizza also catered all the food for our telethon this evening, so they deserve a big round of applause for the incredible support that they've given to the Humane Society.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
That's Boston Pizza Regina, so Acre 21, East, North, South, and Rochdale locations, just near my neighborhood for sale. We also want to thank our hourly sponsor, Cowtown. I believe they're manning the phones in town, out of town. They're going to give you a call, so call them. 709-9660, area code 639. So 639-709-9660.
I would also like to give a thank you to Access Communications. For the last 38 years, we have raised over $1.6 million, and for all of these animals in need, saving thousands of lives. And we have really cute puppies on stage with us right now. We have Sorrento and Jetta, and you can meet them on Tuesday. So you can also, again, call the number 639-709-9660, and we're going to check in with those phones, so get them ringing. And there is a sweet baby that needs a home.
Yeah, that is Stryker with us right now. I can barely hold the microphone because I got a little drool on my hand from feeding him some treats before. But we got to say a big thank you to some of the people who have been pledging here today. A thank you to Bruce Pierce, $250. Patty Pierce, another $250. And then Eleanor and Melvin McFarland, $250. And Rory, they wanted to say hello to you.
Well, hi back. Thanks for phoning in with those pledges. The more the merrier, I say. And we're here with Annette Lawrence again, and we want to ask you about Prairie Pets. Could you let us know about that?
Yeah, Prairie Pals. So what Prairie Pals is, it's basically just an informational mailing list where we identify dogs such as Stryker that might do great on rural properties. Either we know that they've been on a rural property before, or they're built like Stryker, who happens to know where I have the treats, and would do great on an acreage or a farm. And yeah, so it just gets the word out that these dogs might be happier or do really great outside of the city.
Awesome. He looks like a great dog.
He is waiting for his forever home. Remember, too, those donations are tax deductible, so keep those going. 639-709-9660. Right now, too, the staff at the Humane Society are dedicated to helping the animals in their care, and the Society's supervisor of animal care is going to tell us a little bit more about that.
I'm Jennifer Ford, and I'm the supervisor of animal care here at the Regina Humane Society.
I am tasked with overseeing the care of every animal that is in the possession of the Regina Humane Society. I have a team of people that are fantastic, and they take care of everybody. They make sure everyone's got their food, their water, their clean bedding, and if something comes up that I'm not aware of, they make sure to bring it to my attention, and we can move from there. Seeing an animal come in maybe a little unsure, shy, scared, and watching them settle in, finding their personalities, getting to know them, and then finally seeing them go home. I think donating to the Regina Humane Society allows a person to support an organization that is community-based. It's very important that we have a solid donor base to ensure that we are capable of giving these animals gold standard care. When the opportunity came to take a job here, I felt like I was contributing more to the city as a whole rather than just individual clients. And now with being in the position that I'm in, it's a passion for me at this point. I am able to be a part of each individual animal's pathway, and I can watch them grow. I can help make decisions that are, in the best interest of those animals, and it's a really, really strong, fulfilling feeling to be able to do that and to make a difference in these little lives, and I am grateful for it every day.
Well, we're here, Bill Thorne and I, and we're going to talk about the Adopt Shop.
Yeah, we're really excited about the Adopt Shop, Lisa. It's set up largely to give new pet parents the basics they need: leashes, collars, some toys for their cat or a dog. And we've got some food, the same kibble that they eat in the shelter, so they can transition to what they might be going long-term with easily. But we've also added some things in the last 2 weeks, actually. Ooh. So if you've been in the store before but not for the last couple of weeks, come on in.
All right.
We've got some things for the kids, and one of the things we're really proud of is our Adopt a Stuffy, where you can become a humane hero geared at kids. And for $20, you can get a little carry case with a kitten, a puppy, or a guinea pig stuffy, and in there as well is some markers. You can decorate your carrier and name your pet and write their name on the side. And there's also an official adoption certificate that the kids can take home. And the neat thing about it is they're adopting their stuffy, but also the money raised through that helps actual animals, real animals, find their forever home.
Wow. Now, we were talking to the enrichment coordinator, and we're talking about enrichment activities.
Yep.
Do you have anything here that people at home with their animals want to make a great life could come and buy some?
Yeah, absolutely. Cat toys, for example, that natural chasing and
Yeah.
pouncing on things. We've got lots of toys for that. We've got some puzzle games for dogs and cats that you hide a treat in it, and they've got to slide something out of the way to get at the treat. Again, works that brain, and also, hey, treats are good too, and some physical activity as well. So we've got lots of things here to get people going on the right paw.
All right, thanks. This is the Adopt Shop. Come see us sometime. All right, well, we're going to go to the main stage. Pet overpopulation impacts both pets and people. The Regina Humane Society is working to address these challenges.
Well, thank you so much, guys. I am here with Dr. Catherine Ball, who is the Director of Veterinary Care with the Regina Humane Society. From what I'm seeing here, there was 1,870 spay and neuter surgeries that were performed by veterinarians here in 2025. Can you tell us why sterilizing your pet is just such an important thing to do?
I'm glad to talk about that. One of the reasons that we're here tonight talking about Telethon and all of these animals in need is that we have a tremendous number of animals that are products of unplanned litters that come to us in need of home and care and shelter every year. And spaying and neuter pets is the #1 most reliable way to make sure that we don't get unwanted, unplanned litters of puppies and kittens. So this makes a big difference not only to the pet that we sterilize, but it makes a big difference to the other pets that might need help to find homes, right? So that's the pet population issue. We also think about health benefits. Fewer uterine infections in female dogs, fewer hormonal-driven behaviors like urine marking in male cats.
Yeah, well, you kind of took the next question right out of my head. And, it's like you said, it's very important. And every time I hear the term spay and neutered, I think back to Bob Barker, growing up and watching The Price is Right, especially on those days that you stayed home sick. We want to thank you for those that do support this sort of thing. We want to remind you, 639-709-9660 is the number to call and support. So we're going to throw to a video clip now. It's a litter of puppies, hopefully not from an unplanned one. We're abandoned outside the Regina Humane Society in freezing temperatures. This is the story of Toby.
One cold December morning, Regina Humane Society staff found a plastic tote left outside the donation entrance. At first it looked like any other drop-off, but upon closer inspection, staff were shocked to find Toby and his 10 littermates huddled together inside. Left with only a couple of blankets and a stuffed toy for comfort, the 11 puppies were desperately trying to stay warm in -11-degree weather. They were lucky to have each other, as a smaller litter may not have survived the life-threatening cold. Shelter staff immediately sprang into action. The puppies settled into the shelter's warmth, comforted by a good meal and the gentle touch of caring hands. Then it was off to an examination by shelter veterinary staff. Toby and his siblings were slightly underweight and were monitored until they could be placed in adoptions. The puppies thrived during their stay at the shelter, growing stronger and more inquisitive every day. Toby especially revealed his silly and playful nature. Soon it was time for Toby and his brothers and sisters to find permanent homes, and no one had to wait long. A new family quickly saw the love and affection Toby had to share and gave him the gift of Christmas in a new home. Every year, the Regina Humane Society cares for thousands of our community's most vulnerable animals, many left homeless and abandoned. With your support, the Regina Humane Society can continue to be a vital safety net for animals like Toby, ensuring no one has to abandon their pet. The cold is a distant memory for Toby. Instead, his days are now filled with cuddles, playtime, and warm naps, with his family giving him all the love that a pup could wish for. Call now and help the Regina Humane Society give even more animals a second chance at life.
As you heard in the video, Toby is thriving, and here he is on the main stage with us too. Jaylyn with us too. Just tell us, how is Toby doing in his new home?
He's doing really good. He's very active. He loves to learn new things, loves to go for walks. As someone who's never had a dog before, he exceeded all of my expectations. And yeah, no, it's been really good.
Is there any stories you might like to share of Toby? Anything that pops up into mind? I'm sure you have hundreds at this point.
Oh yeah, he's very silly. He is really smart. Like, we have kind of a wall in our house that we like chase him around, and he chases us and stuff. And he'll like hide behind my flower pots and jump out, or pretend he's hiding in tall grass and try and trick you and stuff. And no, he's pretty good.
What would you say just maybe the most rewarding part of adopting Toby has been for you and your family?
I think just seeing how good he's doing and how much he learns, and how happy he is and playful. And I don't know, it's just thinking about the alternative could have been and how he is just doing really well.
Well, we want to thank you for stopping by, for bringing Toby in. It's always amazing just to see these fantastic stories coming out too. And we want to continue to help more animals like Toby. Right now we want to check in with Lee and meet another couple of pups waiting for their new homes.
All right, so everyone thinks dogs and cats when they think of the Regina Humane Society, but sometimes you get some different animals that come here, and we're joined by Candace and Conrad. With Candace first, who we have a wonderful guinea pig. What can you tell us about guinea pigs?
Oh, guinea pigs are really fun. I think that they're kind of an overlooked pet. I'm not going to lie. When I started here, I was like, why would anybody want to get a guinea pig? And then I heard their squeaks. I can just hear her chatting away. Now you're going to stop. She's very shy. But at first, they're quite nervous and shy with new people. But once they get to know you, they have such big personalities, and they are so much fun. I adore them to death. I just think that they're so fun. And I think their squeaks might be my favorite noise in the whole world. They're so cute. Every time.
Yeah, every time. They go pretty quick generally, don't they? Because you rarely see guinea pigs, I guess, at the Humane Society.
Yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of times people don't necessarily think that we have guinea pigs. So once people do see that we have them, they do tend to come out for them, which is really nice. And I think it's because they're always the best from here, right? Every time.
Every time. Well, let's go to the birds now. We've got two birds, so we're going to join Connor here. What can you tell us about the birds we have?
Well, this yellow and green one here is tinsel, and the blue one with the white and black striping is ribbon. And they are a pair. They came in together. They're two budgies. Budgies are wonderful animals. These guys are wonderful in themselves. They love to sing. They can kind of learn to mimic your speech a little bit, talk with you. They love music, so if you want a friend to groove out to, they'll sing along to any song you put on.
Now, they came in together. Does it matter? Do they have to go out together, or can they go separately?
I believe these two can go separately, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So birds and a guinea pig. So there's different options sometimes at the Regina Humane Society. So if you're maybe looking for something a little different, that would definitely be something that you could look at for sure. Reminder for donations, 639-709-9660. We're looking to raise $85,000 in our 3-hour span. I know we can do it, so let's get those phones ringing. So the Regina Humane Society relies on a team of dedicated volunteers every day. We've talked about them a lot, so we are now going to introduce you to this year's Volunteer of the Year.
And we are here with Lindsay West, Director of Operations, and the new Volunteer of the Year, Regina Humane Society Volunteer of the Year, Diana Moses. Congratulations.
So Diana, she's here almost every single day, and she spends hours with our dogs. And they get so excited when she walks through the door, and so do all the staff, because Diana is so warm and she has so much empathy, and we're very lucky to have her, and I'm gonna cry. So, because your contributions, of course, are so immense, we are naming you the RHS Volunteer of the Year.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very well deserved, because how many years have you been volunteering with the Regina Humane Society?
I actually have only been volunteering in Regina Humane Society for about 1.5 years. I moved here a couple of years ago, and my last furry family member passed away last year, or almost 2 years ago now, and so I wasn't quite ready to fill my house with more furry family members, but I can't live without a dog's love. So I live here every single day.
That's amazing. And so you walk the dogs, obviously, but what else do you do here?
So there are many things that I can do, but I am primarily a dog volunteer. So I do the Read and Relax program, especially during the really cold weather, where we take really short dips out, and then I tail blaze, which is walks off the compound, and then just do a lot of kissing and cuddling whenever I can.
That is the best. Like today, I get to be here for a short amount of time, and already I am in love.
Lindsay, how can other people volunteer here?
You can go to our website to learn more about volunteering, and you can sign up right there. We'll take whoever wants to come.
So it's that easy.
That's that easy.
Cool.
And let's get those phones.
Yeah,
calling.
they're quiet.
Yes, 639-709-9660, ReginaHumaneSociety.ca. And where are we going next, Rory?
Well, the Regina Humane Society veterinary team provides high-quality medical care for animals during their stay in the shelter. Let's take a look.
The Regina Humane Society Veterinary Care Center is a vital part of the Society's life-saving work. Certified by the Saskatchewan Veterinary Medical Association, the Regina Humane Society operates the province's only animal shelter hospital. Under the guidance of the Director of Veterinary Care, this dedicated team provides high-quality medical care to animals during their stay. From performing routine spay-neuter surgeries to treating urgent medical emergencies, the Regina Humane Society Veterinary Department offers hope and healing to our community's most at-risk animals. The pet overpopulation crisis is a significant animal welfare issue in our community, one the Regina Humane Society's veterinary team works to combat every day. In collaboration with the City of Regina, the Society provides financially disadvantaged pet owners, as well as registered animal rescue organizations, access to pet sterilization surgeries through the subsidized spay-neuter program. Increasing the number of animals sterilized will decrease the number of unwanted litters and result in fewer homeless animals in need of sheltering and care. The Regina Humane Society Department of Veterinary Care performs over 2,200 of these essential spay-neuter surgeries every year. The Regina Humane Society continuously seeks advancement in standards of care for all its animals. Under the skillful hands of the veterinary team, life-saving surgeries, treatments, and rehabilitation services give injured, sick, or abused animals new hope. Every procedure is an important part of the Society's work to heal hurts and hearts, all made possible by a community of caring donors. Your donation tonight ensures the Regina Humane Society and its veterinary team is always there for animals when they need it most.
I am here with Karen Mercier and Bilbo, and Karen is the Director of Philanthropy here at Regina Humane Society. One of the cool ways that you can get involved, or that you can plan to be involved, is through estate planning and giving in your will, which is something that the Humane Society has relied a lot on over the years. How can individuals go about leaving a gift to the RHS in their will?
One of the easiest ways is when you do your gift planning or you think about your estate is just to include a gift to the Regina Humane Society. That's something I help people with all the time. Or you can talk to your lawyer or your financial advisor and to your family.
And what a wonderful legacy, a wonderful way to give a gift on your way out. Now, how has the RHS been able to achieve, what all has the RHS been able to achieve thanks to the generosity of those that have left gifts in their will?
I think one of the biggest impact of gift planning has been our new building. So we had several donors leave gifts in their estate, and we have this beautiful new facility, but every single gift that someone gives through an estate makes a huge difference to our work.
That's wonderful, and it like you said, this facility is amazing. It makes such a huge difference. I visited the old one many times, and this place is just wonderful for these animals and for all the people that pass through these doors. So we want to remind you again that you can call and donate at 639-709-9660. You can also go online to reginahumanesociety.ca. Keep those phones ringing. We want to help lots of animals like Bilbo here, Longtail Bilbo, who's just a sweetheart and has been doing some cleaning for the two of us here. And now it's time to learn about the Regina Humane Society's community outreach efforts.
That's right. We're talking a little bit with Rebecca Carson, Manager of Education and Outreach, and also Jason Honeysett's with us from Cowtown. I guess that's in town. They're out of town as well. Let's start with you, Rebecca. Tell us a little bit about Pet Connection.
Okay, so Pet Connection is our outreach. So for at the Regina Humane Society, of course, we focus on the adoption and the intake of animals, but we also focus on making sure to support our community members, making sure to help, whether that's feeding animals, whether that's finding animals, doing what we can at low or no cost to help community members in need.
You mentioned feeding animals, so how much pet food did you distribute in 2025?
Yeah, so through our pet food bank here within the city of Regina, we have 13 different community partners. And between us and then as well as our community partners, we distributed over 6,000 kilograms of food in 2025. So that is the equivalent of one large elephant. So it's a lot of food.
It is a lot of food. Are you happy with that?
He is a fan.
Tired. Absolutely tired. Chase?
We're talking with Jason here too. Briefly, just tell us, how does Cowtown support the Regina Humane Society Pet Connection program?
We have a donation bucket inside the store that everybody can donate to. We try and get our suppliers to donate as much as we possibly can to help the community.
That is great. And just why is it so important for Cowtown to give back to the Humane Society?
I believe that the Humane Society is a great organization. There's wonderful volunteers. They're distributing with this Pet Connection program out to the people that need the help and the food and the supplies. And Rebecca and her team do a fantastic job.
Well, thank you for all the hard work that you guys do, and coming in and cuddling with some puppies. It's a pretty good evening.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Sorrento looks comfy with you right now. How can families in need access these resources, by the way?
So there's a few different ways. They can contact me or just the Regina Humane Society in general. They can also check out our webpage that gives information for all of our different communities as well.
All right, it's definitely something to check out. So animal protection officers have many duties. I spoke with the officer about half an hour ago, one of which is to enforce the City of Regina's bylaws, and we're going to get a little bit more about that.
All right, well, I'm here with Officer Bellog, and I want to know, what types of bylaw issues do you actually enforce?
So we handle a bunch of different bylaws, like animals running at large, defecation complaints, dangerous animals, licensing, and also pen violations.
And barking dogs?
No, we don't handle barking complaints.
What don't you handle? When people call and they're, something dog doing something. Some odd ones.
Oh,
I'm throwing you.
That's hard to say. Barking's a lot of them. We do get a lot of those. A lot of wildlife too.
Okay.
But yeah, mainly for animals running at large, like dogs or cats. Usually that's our go-to.
Okay. Now, it says that all animals need a pet license. Is that true?
Not all animals, only cats and dogs.
So if it's my indoor cat, does she or he still need a license?
Yes, under the bylaw, mainly indoor animals still need a license from the city of Regina.
And what are the benefits of maintaining a license? So do I get one and it's good for 25? Well, cat may not be there for 25, but or do I have to renew it every year?
So yeah, it has to be renewed every year. It goes by date of purchase, so 1 full year. And a benefit is if the animal is sterilized, it does get one get out of jail free card if it does come into the shelter here.
All right. And how can people avoid fines?
So mainly keeping your animals inside, making sure your fences and doors are secured, and also maintaining your license.
Okay. And how long have you been a animal protection officer, and how are you loving it?
I've been doing this almost 4 years now, and I'm loving every second of it.
It looks like a fun job. Did you have to do anything? Just if people are looking at you and think, I'd love to do that. I'd love to be a volunteer. I'd love to be an animal protection officer. How can they get involved?
So, I mean, having some animal experience is always a great thing. Also, having some sort of law enforcement, since we do handle the City of Regina bylaws along with the Animal Protection Act, does help out because we do see some things out there.
So if anyone's looking for a pet license and they don't know where to go, where would you send them?
So they can either do it in person here at the shelter or at City Hall, or it can be purchased online through the city's website.
And Officer Bellog, do you have any animals yourself?
I have a cat and a dog.
And are they licensed?
They are, yes.
Excellent job. No fine for you. All right. Well, we are now going to head over to the main stage. Our goal tonight is $85,000. Let's go see if we are on track.
Okay, we do have a new total, and I really hope this one gets a little sky high. So
Yeah,
let's make
baby,
sure it
let's go.
happens. We'll step aside so you get a good view.
The drum
Drums are
roll's
rolling.
right there.
It's right there, right
Yeah.
on cue. Professional. Always exciting. Oh, we're getting
Whoa,
there.
that's a big Shut your jump. lips. This is great.
477. Thank you very much, Regina and area. We can't do it without you, and it's nice to see those numbers starting to go a little higher.
Yep, not quite at 8 o'clock yet, so that's good.
We're getting there.
Yep.
I'd like to introduce a very special friend of the Regina Humane Society, one of our volunteers, Judy Eisenzimmer. She's here pretty much every week, walking some dogs and helping us out with whatever we need, and she's been doing a little fundraising for us as well.
You bet. I would like to thank the Regina Humane Society staff. Throughout the years that I've been volunteering, they've always been so kind, respectful, and very helpful towards me, even though at times I can be challenging. I'm here representing my team who have opened up their hearts for the animals. The honor of walking dogs and seeing their beautiful faces transports me into a magical world for the whole day, and it gives me a little bit of heaven on earth. And here are the people that help me do it. First of all, the cheese gang. Now, if you have a dog, you know about the cheese tax. Cheese tax.
Cheese tax.
Learn that song.
I will.
And I'd like to thank Diango Myra, Chewy and Frankie McGrath, Ellie and Bolt Platt, Sammy Crossman, Leo McFadden, Kingston and Jazz Flota, Benny and Sophie Fisher-Phillips, Yogi Bear Armstrong, Rocky Gartner, Juno McAllister, Kimwani and Arizona Adamak, Ava and Nova LeBlonde. The next group, the category of caring friends who have supported me for years and years since I've been doing this, and I would like to thank Debbie Ferguson, Jerry Roos in memory of Duchess, Lady, and Bernie, Judy Eisenzimmer in memory of Tony and EJ, Sue Looning, the Tree Lady, Deborah Hengren, K-Bog DeSavage, Ryan LeBlonde, Darlene Gurgley, Bonnie Schweitzer, Bev Townsend, Arlene McAllister, Joey Eisenzimmer, Barry Eisenzimmer, and I'd like to thank Fell and Fetch for their recycle program, and to Colin O'Brien Menswear for supporting me since day one. Now, I do have a total, but my friends and I have added to it in memory of Louise Hoffert, who has been a very good supporter of the Humane Society for a long, long time, and we totally miss her. So with her extra donation, it brings our grand total up to, are you ready for this, Rory?
Don't leave us in suspense.
Are you ready for this, Bill?
Let's do it.
$3,000.
Wow. That is absolutely
Thanks,
fantastic.
Judy.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
You can be backup, but I'd like to know more about that Yogi Bear Armstrong guy.
It sounds kind of interesting.
Well, he sounds familiar to me.
Well, thank you very much, Judy. That is absolutely spectacular, and all the people that worked with you on that. Every year you're here, and we cannot thank you enough.
Well, I love it here.
Okay, now if you're a cat lover, this next interview is for you. We're heading to the community cat adoption room to meet some lovable felines.
We'll get back to that in a moment here, but right now I am back here with Lindsay West, who is the Director of Operations. We're going to be talking about volunteers, just like the wonderful Judy that just listed off all kinds of people that were involved in raising some money, some very important money. So we want to talk about the importance of volunteer support. Can you tell us about just the different range of programs that we have here at the Regina Humane Society?
Oh, goodness. Well, firstly, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without volunteers. They just help us increase the level of care and the things that we can do. So, I mean, we wouldn't be able to do this without them. You can pretty much do anything here. You know, if you want to work with animals, you can work with animals. You can bathe them, groom them, walk them. You can work with office staff. You can stuff envelopes. You can help with lawn care if you want. Basically, if you want to do something here, we'll make it happen so we can have you.
So there are all kinds of different ways that you can get involved. One of them we'd like to highlight is the Caring Hands program. Can you tell us a little bit about Caring Hands?
The Caring Hands program is working directly with the animals and providing the enrichment and the love that they're, you know, maybe they're not in their homes, so they need that extra kind of bit of support. So Caring Hands, you can sit there, you can hang out with them, you can walk them, you can bath them, you can brush them, just give them love, and that's what they need while they're here.
Sounds like a wonderful way to donate your time and your energy. We want to remind you that you can visit reginahumanesociety.ca to learn more about becoming a volunteer and to sign up to get involved in Caring Hands or any of, like Lindsay said, any of the, you want to do something, we'll find you a role here. So for now, if you're a cat lover, as Bill was talking about before, this next interview is for you. We're heading to the community cat adoption room to meet some of our lovable felines.
We got some cuties here. This is Milkshake, who I'm pretty sure is going to fall asleep at any second. And with Milkshake, we have Mooncake, and both of these will be up for adoption. Can you tell us a little bit about these adorable kittens here?
Well, they're about 7 weeks old, and they're going to be up for adoption Tuesday at noon. As they are kittens, it's pretty hard to say a whole lot about their character, but they are pretty damn adorable.
Mooncake.
Mooncake. She likes moon, and she likes to eat cake while she looks at the moon.
Perfect.
Yeah, she also likes to talk a lot. She's a bit of a complainer, but oh, she is so sweet. And you know, they are currently in foster care. They are only about 7 weeks old, and we want them to come back to go home with their adopters at 8 weeks old. So these little babies, while they are available for adoption and foster, they won't be returning to the shelter until around April 2nd when they are of age to go home. So, but look at this face. How can you not love this little face? You're not going to show your face.
Nope.
She's just going to look miserable.
No.
Hi, you're okay.
It's okay, Mooncake.
And don't forget the satellite adoption centers too. Make sure you're visiting them, supporting them at Cathedral Pet Shop, Pat's Pets, Pet Depot, Petland, PetSmart, and Pet Value too. And of course, we'd love to see all of these animals you're seeing here on in the Telethon go home as soon as possible.
Mooncake, what number should they phone? That's right. 639-709-9660. That is the number to call for donations. And, of course, Mooncake and Milkshake bringing all the dollars to the yard. And let's go to a special performance, I believe. Rory Allen.
Thanks, guys.
He needs an introduction. So Rory Allen will be performing very, very soon, or at least talking with Bill Thorne and Lisa Peters right now.
Thanks, Lee. And before we get to Rory, a couple of challenges and pledges here I'd like to read. We had a donation of $500 from Carrie Wallbauer. Marvin Arbishon, a donation of $100 in memory of Mickey and Amigo, and Marion Desjarlais, a donation of $20. Our phones have been very, very quiet. Thank you for those donations. Let's see if we can match or beat those as Rory's singing here.
That's cool.
All right.
Well,
Rory Allen's here, and you don't have to do any talking. You just have to sing.
Okay.
So what do you want to sing?
Well, I'm going to sing a song that's actually near and dear to a lot of Elvis fans out there. I'm sure there's a few. So if anybody's out there that are Elvis fans during the song, please ring those phones, 639-709-9660. I got the sideburns. I thought I'd do this. And this is our band in the background, actually, on the
Excellent.
recording. So
Right
this
on.
is my orchestra in the background.
Sweet.
So we hope you like it. And it's from 1969. How many out there remember 69?
I do. I'm the only one, apparently.
Anyway, here we go.
Thanks, Roy.
As the snow flies on a cold and gray Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto, and his mama cries, 'cause if there's one thing that she don't need, it's another hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto. Well, people, don't you understand? The child needs a helping. You're gonna be an angry young man someday. Take a look at you and me. Are we too blind to see? Or do we simply turn our heads and look the other way? Well, the world turns. Little boy with a runny nose plays in the street as the cold winds blow in the ghetto. And his hunger burns. So he starts to roam the streets at night, and he learns how to steal, and he learns how to fight in the ghetto. Then one night in desperation, the young man breaks away. He buys a gun, steals a car, tries to run, but he don't get far. And his mama cries. As the crowd gathers round, an angry young man face down in the street with a gun in his hand in the ghetto. As her young man dies on a cold and gray Chicago morn, and another little baby child is born in the ghetto, and his mama cries. It's a big finish coming up. Bring some more phones.
We
63909.
had just moved in together about a month ago. We knew we wanted to get a cat, and I came across her picture, and I said, "This is such a silly picture. I need to have this one." We met at the Humane Society. We walked through the doors, found her in her little area, and she came right to the door and started hollering for us.
And I wasn't expecting to leave with the cat the same day, but the second she put Scarlett on me, I'm like, well, we have to take this cat home. I'm not just gonna leave this cat here.
She was 10 weeks old, and from what we know, she was the runt of her litter. She was found underneath a deck. They said she was about the size of the palm of their hand. And the foster worked really hard to make sure she was on a constant feeding schedule, and then she was good to come back to the Humane Society, and we found her there. She's a climber, she's an adventurer, she will do a front flip if you throw the fish. She loves to run around, she's got the widest eyes I've ever seen in my whole life, and that, I think, says everything about her, because she's just this beautiful, wide-eyed little girl who is so curious about the world. The Regina Humane Society does so much good for cats, for people, for the volunteers that want to reach out. They do so much work for the animals, giving them a place to stay, giving them food to eat, giving them people to play with.
We have a couple of volunteer slips already here that we're thinking about filling out.
It just shows how much of a little fighter she is, and how if she didn't have people who taught her how to be a fighter, like the Regina Humane Society and the fosters through there, and the people who gave her the ability to have some resilience, she wouldn't be here. She's not the kind of girl that likes to be held down, but she always knows when you need her. And so they really bring us a sense of life. You have this tiny creature, especially with how small she was, that you get to take in and build this connection with, and she helped to build our home. She made our home what it is today.
I'm with Annette Lorenz, manager of Pathway Planning. We're in the Cat Pavilion, I like to call it, just because it just seems communal.
Say the Taj Mahal.
Taj Mahal. What is the Working Cats program that we're going to talk about?
So the Working Cats are for cats, unlike Bumble here, who are maybe not so social. Maybe they don't want interactions with humans. They just want to be independent and doing their thing. So what it does is it gives them a place to go, such as farms, acreages, warehouses, so they can go live their cat life and do rodent control, patrol a property, and just do a job. Some cats want a job. I mean, I love my job, but some cats want a job. So that's what they do. Go ahead.
I was say, so to be eligible, do you have to be somebody that works on a farm?
So we're looking for farms, acreages, businesses, warehouses. So as long as basically not a house cat. So if you're looking for anything but a house cat, feel free to send in an application.
And how do you apply?
Just go online to our website, find the Working Cats tab, and hit the link, and fill out the questions on the form, and it hits my inbox, and I'll be in touch.
CCTV, we can get a cat. So let's get on that.
Yes.
Get rid of those mice out there. Anyway, 639-709-9660 to call for donations. Our goal tonight, $85,000. We got to get those phones ringing. Make your donation now.
And here we are at the phones. Again, that number 639-709-9660. And the great thing about when you call in your donation, you can create these challenges, or you can give it on behalf of your animal. Shirley McLeod, she just wants everybody, encouraging everybody to donate, and you can. Anne Graham says, thank you for BZ. They adopted BZ from the Humane Society. Donna and Drew Millard says, in memory of Missy. Ken Reason donated in memory of Snowball and White and Precious. And Susan Cooper says her donation actually came from Tibbs. Her puppy, her cat.
Well, that's
Tibbs.
so cute. Thank you to everyone who has been donating here. And big thank you to Access Communications, too, for partnering with Regina Humane Society for the last 38 years, together raising over $1.6 million and saving thousands of pets' lives.
1.6 million is nothing to sneeze at. And we, of course, we need more. Our goal tonight is 85,000. So for now, we would like to take a look at a video clip where the Regina Humane Society starts bright and early every morning. Let's watch the Society's animal care technicians on the job.
Early each morning, the lights go on and the day begins for staff and animals at the Regina Humane Society. There's a lot to do before the Animal Community Center opens to the public. Daily cleaning for an average of 100 puppies, kittens, dogs, cats, and other small animals is a huge task, taking several hours every day. Pets receive daily care during their temporary stay at the Animal Community Center, including holidays when the center is closed to the public. Animal care technicians begin by ensuring every animal receives a nutritional breakfast. After feeding, staff begin the physically demanding work of cleanup. Outfitted in scrubs, smocks, and gloves, and other personal protective equipment, animal care technicians spray, scrub, and wipe each pet adoption suite and communal space. Water dishes are disinfected and refilled. Dirty food dishes are removed. Fresh litter pans are placed in the cat adoption areas. The dog suites are scraped clean. Keeping these temporary living quarters clean and sanitary is key to ensuring the health and safety of people and animals. Throughout the cleaning process, animal care technicians check each pet's bedding to ensure that it is tidy. Cats and dogs use scent to feel comfortable in their space. Leaving their blankets and beds in place helps to calm and comfort them. Each day, pets are given toys and enrichment items to play with. This creates a stimulating environment that encourages them to explore, think, and be well mentally and physically. These seemingly small details provide pets with some of the comforts of home during their stay. Cleanup and animal care continues throughout the day, including the monitoring of physical and emotional well-being. Many animals enter the Regina Humane Society requiring medical attention. Animal care technicians work with the Society's veterinary team to monitor ill and injured animals, quickly reporting any concerns to the on-site animal hospital. Working together, staff ensure all animals stay happy and healthy. Many pets enter the Regina Humane Society dirty, matted, and showing evidence of neglect. Animal care technicians often see animals with tangled fur matted to their skin, coated with oil, dirt, or feces, and nails so long they have curled. Staff work to restore coats to their natural beauty and trim overgrown nails. Grooming keeps these animals comfortable during their stay and gives them the soft human touch they are so eager to receive. Although animal care technicians have many responsibilities, staff make time in their busy day for every animal. Whether it is cuddling a kitten or walking a dog, staff ensure animals get exercise, fresh air, and most importantly, love and attention until they are adopted. The Regina Humane Society is a place where animals are given food, water, and shelter, and for some, it is a place to heal from the past. With your generous support, the Society is able to meet the many needs of our community's most vulnerable animals and offer what they desire most, a second chance at life and love.
And we're here back at the main stage, joined by Rory Candace and Denise Barrant. He's the RHS Foster of the Year, which is always appreciated for sure. So Candace, I'm going to start with you. Maybe discuss a little bit about how the foster care program works.
Yeah, so the foster program is my heart blood. I love it so much. So basically, whenever we have an animal that's not ready to go out for adoption, whatever reason that might be, it could be something as simple as they're just not big enough to go out for adoption yet and they just need some time to grow. Or it can be as complicated as a socialization case. Maybe they're really scared and they just need to learn how to appreciate people. And of course, there's the medical cases as well that just need some time to heal up. And it's really exciting to watch them grow and develop and of course get better too.
So what is required for somebody who might be considering to want to be a foster family?
Well, you have to be super awesome. That's the first requirement.
I'm out.
Yeah, you're way out. Yeah, so basically, we're very open with our foster families. You just have to be able to provide care and make sure that they have everything they need. So you start by signing up on our website, and it kind of goes through and it asks questions. We do require that you provide us with a criminal record check, as well as vaccination records for your pet, just because we want to make sure that they're safe as well. And then you kind of just get to have a little phone chat with me. I get to know you a little bit better and what you're looking for with fostering. And then I get you all set up with some cute little fluffy friends, which is a good deal, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Let's hear from our Foster of the Year.
So how do you feel?
I feel great. How do you feel?
Good. How long have you been fostering for?
7 years.
7 years, and it's quite rewarding?
It is very rewarding.
Would you
yes.
recommend it to anybody?
I would highly recommend it.
That's great. We have a presentation.
We do have a presentation. I have this beautiful award for you, Denise. And I expect you to hold on to it with the puppy as well. No, I'm joking. I'll hold it for you. You have much more important things to be holding on to.
Congratulations, Denise.
Congratulations. I can't thank you enough for all that you've done. She's always the first one to say yes when I'm like, oh, there's a little bit of a complicated case. And she's like, I'm on it. I'm in. So I'm really thankful to have somebody on board that's so eager to help and so brave and willing to learn. So you've been amazing, Denise, and congratulations.
Thank you.
656 animals were put in foster care in 2025, so that's appreciated for sure.
Big number.
Being told to wrap it up. Ready to meet your new best friend? Meet another adorable adoptable you can take home.
Yeah, you can meet your new best friend. We're at the Dog Adoption Center, and we've got to hear about this little guy.
Yeah, this guy's name is Jaeger. He's about 2 years old. He's a Staffy mix. And he was just born with an eye that wasn't working for him. So now he's had an eye enucleation. He's had it removed. But
Now, you said he just had this recently.
just relatively recently, yes. But he's doing very well.
So you had mentioned that is he ready for adoption, or is he still in a little bit of recovery?
Not quite yet. We're just waiting to make sure that everything's good with the eye. It looks wonderful. We're just letting him heal here.
Oh man! And you said is he still a little from the surgery? Is he still?
He's still on meds for sure. So his behavior right now might not necessarily always be his behavior. He's usually a lot more chill than he is right now.
And I wanted to mention that because I think he's not as excitable as what we're seeing. He's still on meds.
Yeah. Just has a little bit extra energy right now.
Well, Jagger, you are beautiful, but I can't take you home. But we've got another one over here. Jennifer's here. Who do we have here?
This busy lady is Farrah Posset, another movie star. So Farrah came to us just a few weeks ago. She was quite emaciated, so very, very skinny. Oh, Farrah, yes. She's, despite it all, she is obviously still a very happy-go-lucky girl. She's about 1 year old, and we've just been trying real hard to get her weight back up. She's up to a much healthier weight now, and next on the list will be to have her sterilized, and then she'll be ready to go for adoption this coming week.
And by week, you mean Tuesday? I feel like we're talking everybody's on Tuesday.
Tuesday, yes. Obviously, we're not open tomorrow, but yes, come Tuesday, come on down, and Farrah Posset will be here signing autographs, and some lucky person might be able to take her home.
And what are your hours? Can people just drop in at any time, or is it stick to some hours to come see the adoption?
Right. Yes, so our adoption hours are from noon until 6 p.m., and if somebody tickles your fancy, just ask one of our adoption counselors, and they'd be more than happy to set up a meet.
All right. And in regards to fees?
Our adoption fees vary between animals depending on their age and other factors, but all the fees, I know she's shutting up a storm right now. All the fees include the sterilization surgery, vaccinations, microchip, and tattoo.
Well, that sounds good enough. I do have a lot of hair, and I think sometimes the animals just get nervous, so we're going to leave you. We're going to head over to the next. We're going to find a lint roller, and we're going to go to the phones. The Regina Humane Society partners with different media organizations to help find even more pets homes. So let's hear about it.
Yes, thank you, Lisa. I'm here with the Director of Marketing and Public Relations, Mr. Bill Thorne. You've seen Bill throughout the show already. We're going to talk a little bit about the media partners that are so crucial to everything that happens here with Regina Humane Society, and especially the show.
Well, crucial is absolutely the right word, Chris. And first and foremost, Access Communications is one of our media partners who sponsored our telethon for 38 years now, and we couldn't do it without them. But we do have a community of media that is very, very supportive of the Regina Humane Society. We do weekly highlights of animals on Pure Country Radio and CTV. We do our CTV 12 Strays of Christmas, which people talk to me about all year long. We've got Global TV, CBC, IKS Media, the Leader post animals every week, no charge, to help get them homes. Imagination Inc. Basically, all media in this community have been absolutely fantastic, and we couldn't do it without them. Many times we'll feature an animal, and they get adopted either that day or the next day, depending when it aired, and it really, really does help to make a huge difference.
It sucks you right in. I mean, I have a house full with 2 dogs already, and I see some of those features, and I want to pick them up. So thank you so much to those media partners. As we said, you are crucial, and we thank you so much. On to the next thing. We want to talk about, we want to show you a video clip tonight about helping animals when they need it most. Let's meet another animal that has benefited from your support.
With severe wounds, including one with exposed muscle on his back. The injured puppy was rushed to the on-site Regina Humane Society veterinary clinic. Careful examination by society veterinarians revealed multiple puncture wounds and extensive bruising covering Bjorn's body, all consistent with a violent encounter with a larger dog. Bjorn was sedated to properly treat his injuries. Skillful hands of the veterinary team gently clipped and cleaned the stray dog's infected wounds. His injuries appeared to be at least a few days old. Bjorn received much-needed pain medication and antibiotics to fight off infection. Staff gently bandaged his tender body and placed Bjorn in a t-shirt to help keep his wounds clean as they healed. Bjorn showed remarkable improvement under the care of the Regina Humane Society Veterinary Department. After several weeks of observation and regular bandage changes, the resilient pup could continue his recovery in a loving foster home. Bjorn flourished in foster care, playing, cuddling, and living the carefree life that a puppy should. His wounds healed and his collection of t-shirts grew larger. Within weeks, it was time to return to the shelter and find a family to call his own. The Regina Humane Society is a place where animals in need find safety and healing. After nearly 2 months in the Society's care, our happy-go-lucky pup is now living life with his new family. Your donation tonight helps the Regina Humane Society provide critical medical care and foster support for our community's most vulnerable animals. Bjorn's journey would not be possible without the dedication of shelter staff, volunteers, and generous donors. Give now and help transform the lives of thousands of animals just like Bjorn.
All right, it's time to get another new total, so let's move aside and see what we have.
And the drum roll, what's it gonna be?
Okay, we're into 45,122.
We are halfway to the goal.
Yes, but we need more, so we have to get those phones ringing once again. 639-709-9660. As in, I want to see 0 people with the phones not busy. I want them on the phones collecting your donations right now. Chase is busy because he can't. Yeah.
I've been getting puppy kisses. I think he's finding things in my beard that I missed maybe earlier on. So
let's go to the phones then, find out how you can celebrate your child's birthday while helping animals in need.
We have Rebecca Carson here, manager of education and outreach, and celebrate your child's birthday at the Humane Society.
Yeah.
What's that about? Let us know.
So that is a new educational program that we have rolled out here at the Regina Humane Society, where you can celebrate your child's or adult's birthday if you're interested here at the Regina Humane Society on Saturdays from 2 to 4. So we do all the takeout, all the setup, all the takedown. You get a tour of the facilities as well as an age-appropriate activity and with no stress involved at all. So fun times.
So you just phone the Humane Society to book it?
Yeah, so on our webpage under the birthday party information page, there is a birthday party request. So you can request your date and then we will contact you with any information that needed and book it from there.
That sounds great. Like, I would have taken advantage of that when my kids were smaller for sure, if it would have been available. I mean, there's not a lot of options out there. You can go bowling or you can go to a restaurant
Or you can come see puppies and kitties and hang out and have fun. So
cat juggling, as we say at the party. Well, as you can see, the phones are busy now, but they haven't been all night. So we're still trying to get to that 85,000 tonight. So 639-709-9660. Of course, all the money that you're giving tonight is all tax deductible, and we appreciate you guys so much tonight, getting us to 45,000 already. Well, the Regina Humane Society provides the best possible care to animals in need. The Society's Director of Operations is here to tell us more.
All right, well, Lindsay West, Director of Operations here, and we're going to talk about managed admissions. What is that?
So managed admissions is obviously we have a lot of animals coming into the shelter, and managed admissions is simply us trying to just kind of match the animals coming in with their need, bringing them in by appointment wherever we can, just to ensure that whatever needs they have may be veterinary care or we make sure we have the resources that particular animal would need.
And that seems pretty important. How does it work?
We just try to work with people You know, obviously, if an animal needs to come in because it's an emergent situation, then we will bring it in. But we will work with people to, you know, help them keep the animal in their home if that's what they're willing to work on. We will give them resources, and if the animal needs to come in, then we just work with them to do it in the best way possible for the animal and for the owner.
And I mean, if people are thinking about this, how are you going to counsel them through something like this?
I mean, it's really hard, especially when somebody's looking at, you know, possibly surrendering their pet. And, you know, some people just don't know what to do in particular situations. So, I mean, we get a lot of people who contact us and we try and work them through whatever resources they might need or behavioral support, or even how to rehome their pet themselves. And I mean, if it's necessary for the animal to come into our animal shelter, then we counsel them through that process as well.
Yeah, I think it's very hard when you're in it to discuss the alternatives.
Yeah.
It's an emotional thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, people are doing their best and sometimes they can't keep their pet. And I mean, that doesn't mean they're a bad person or a bad owner. And they're just trying to do the right thing.
I love that we're in here and you can just hear a little scratching and it's like, I don't know what my next, oh, look, cat. This is a nice place. Thanks for doing the work you do. It looks like we are going to go to a video clip. So let's hear from one shelter veterinarian about what it takes to care for the animals at the Regina Humane Society.
I'm Dr. Shannon McCurry, and I'm a veterinarian here at the Regina Humane Society. So there was a cat that was reported injured to animal protection last night. So they took it for emergency care at the Regina 24-hour clinic. So we had a look at the kitten this morning to assess vitals. She actually looked pretty good, which was a great start. Further assessment showed she had a fairly significant laceration to the inside of her mouth. So we sedated her, gave her some pain medications, and set about cleaning first and then repairing the wound in her mouth. For a kitten that was reported to potentially be hit by a car, she looks like she escaped a lot of the really nasty outcomes. It'll take some time for the wound in her mouth to heal for sure, but it's amazing how well oral tissues can come back together. I'm so happy that I get to work at the Regina Humane Society. My big passion since I became a veterinarian has always been kind of the big picture of health at the human-animal interface. I think just the name of this place speaks so well to it, the Animal Community Center, and the way that they contribute to human wellness and society as a whole.
The owner said that they were spayed, but that intake wasn't sure.
Then I'm gonna go look and go from there. Thanks, Connor.
Yeah.
Just relax. Yes, it does. You don't have to have surgery. And you get to go for adoption right away. Yay.
This facility and what's possible here through our resources and the facility itself is incredible. The care that we can provide here is absolutely top-notch. I think the Regina Humane Society is an organization that has done everything right for their mission. It is about individual animals at some extent. It's how the kitten this morning, can we save this kitten? But the overall vision of this place is so much bigger than that. And I do think that it's that idea of how animals and people fit together to make a community that makes this place so special and so worthy of funding.
Definitely special. And speaking of special, I would love to read off some names of some folks that have been donating here this evening. We got Patty McLean donating $150 dedicated to her dog Jasper. Debbie Johnston at $150 in memory of Shiloh, who was 20 years old and was adopted right here from Regina Humane Society. Cynthia Miles for $100 and Judy McDonald for $50 dedicated in memory of Peach.
Okay, so Bill, we got to talk about the social media.
We do.
On Facebook, Candace is amazing. I love her videos. We learn so much about all the animals that are up for adoption and so much more. What's going on here at the Regina Humane Society?
Absolutely. Social media has been an absolute game changer for the Regina Humane Society in allowing us to connect with our supporters, the community, and people that want to know what's going on here. We have over 74,000 followers across our different platforms, largely Facebook and Instagram, a bit of YouTube and TikTok. And yeah, we're able to talk about what's going on at the Humane Society. We might have an adoption event or perhaps a telethon. You never know.
You never know.
But what it really does is allow people to connect with what's going on here. And some of the most popular posts that we have are ones that show animals going home, or animals like Niblet we just saw in their new home in those photos at the end, because they see what they're helping to do. And I often say that our staff and our building is sort of the heart of what we're doing, but the community and the way people can connect with us on our social media, that's the lifeblood that moves that mission forward. And it gives people an opportunity to help. Maybe they can't make a donation or whatever, but they can share a post, and they can help an animal that we've posted who's looking for a home to find that home. So it is really a way for people to connect with the work that we're doing here and to become a part of it, because truly it is a community mission that we're on, and it allows them to be a part of that.
Do you have any viral videos that you guys posted?
We do. One that comes to mind is a dog named Jax that was adopted a year and a half, 2 years ago. And as he came out, this is in the old building actually, he came down the hall from the kennel area, and we had our staff there to say goodbye because he had been there for a while. And he stopped at each staff member and almost kind of said, "Thank you, see you, thank you, see you." Yes. And that went viral. I still see it pop up now and then. Last I saw it was about 4.5 million views from right around the world. And again, a simple video, but it was a feel-good video, and that's the kind of stuff we try and share on our media.
So Facebook, Instagram Reels, all my favorites that you can find them on.
We're there.
Absolutely. We want to feature the animal protection officers that are on duty 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And just let's have a look at what they do for the Regina Humane Society.
The Regina Humane Society Animal Protection Officers are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to assist animals in crisis. These first responders provide emergency services to lost, injured, and abused animals. Officers respond to calls at all hours to help animals who require urgent care and attention. The Regina Humane Society believes this service is a vital part of its life-saving mission. Without the quick response of dedicated officers, many at-risk animals would face an unknown future. Regina Humane Society officers ensure a safe community for people and pets and respond to a diverse range of emergency calls, from dangerous dogs to injured animals to those in imminent peril or distress. They include investigation of animal cruelty complaints and seizure of animals where warranted under provincial and federal legislation. The Regina Police and Fire Departments, as well as mobile crisis services, also rely on animal protection officers to assist with animal-related incidents in the city throughout the day and night. The Regina Humane Society is a safety net for any animal in need of emergent aid. Your donation will ensure that the Regina Humane Society is there, around the clock, to provide critical rescue and care to animals in our community.
And we're back. Lisa, we want to talk a little bit about the accomplishments from the past year and maybe how donor support really made them happen.
Well, all of the 3,578 animals that arrived at our door, lonely, some of them sick or injured, all had a place to come when they had nowhere else to go. And it's thanks to our community that we're able to provide care, veterinary treatments, rehabilitation to these animals until they're adopted and or returned to their families. Lots of animals are lost, and that's another role that the Humane Society provides. We return close to 600 animals to their families that are lost. So all of those dollars go towards helping us care for the animals at the Humane Society that are in need of shelter, but also 800 plus animal cruelty investigations, and we receive no funding for that. So our donations really are there for animals, and you are there with us, the Humane Society, when animals need us.
We need those donations.
Yeah,
Rory,
we need
don't
them.
we?
Yeah. Remember that number, 639-709-9660.
And of course, you can also have online donations, reginahumanesociety.ca, or scan the QR code when it appears on your screen. Just scan it, and you can get things done there. Donations are tax deductible. Visa and MasterCard are accepted as well, so that is definitely an option. You had mentioned your donation tonight will help thousands of homeless animals when they need it the most, when they arrive here and need help.
And ready for adoption on Tuesday right after lunch, right?
That's right, just like Jetta here.
Jetta. Yeah.
Jetta.
Test drive a Jetta.
Yeah, I thought it might have been Jedi. Anyway, after being attacked by a group of dogs, Ollie received the life-saving care she needed thanks to your generous support.
In late July, Ollie arrived at the Regina Humane Society with life-threatening injuries. The 6-month-old shepherd mix was mauled by a group of dogs. She sustained traumatic bite wounds to her neck and was exposed to bear spray used to stop the attackers. Upon intake, Ollie was immediately rushed to the Regina Humane Society Veterinary Care Center. The young dog was bleeding from multiple puncture wounds to her neck and needed to be sedated to treat her injuries. Shelter staff quickly got to work, clipping Ollie's fur and carefully treating the fresh wounds. Veterinarians were concerned there was damage to the bone or Ollie's spinal cord. Fortunately, x-rays revealed good news. There was no visual damage to her trachea, bones, or major vessels. Everyone was cautiously optimistic. Damage was limited to soft tissue and would heal with treatment and medical care. She was given pain medication and antibiotics to fight off infection. Ollie was closely monitored, and the wounded pup surprised everyone with her daily progress. She began to eat and drink on her own, gradually starting to move and hold up her head. Despite the severity of her injuries, Ollie trusted her caregivers to tend to her wounds and change her bandages. Soon, Ollie was stable enough to continue healing in the loving home of a Regina Humane Society foster family. Fortunately, the Regina Humane Society has many dedicated staff and volunteers willing to support animals during their recovery. One staff member knew she was meant to care for Ollie. The healing puppy thrived in foster care, regularly visiting the shelter for checkups and treatment. The bond between Ollie and her foster family was destined to be permanent. Only a few weeks after joining her foster family as a temporary guest, she had found her forever home. Today, Ollie can be the playful and curious girl she was always meant to be, exploring her world and enjoying life with the only family she has ever known. Make your call now and give more animals like Ollie the very best care as they begin their journey home.
Well, I'm back here with Chris Hillstad and Ollie, and what a beautiful girl she is. And Chris, that must have been quite an ordeal that she went through.
It sounds like it, yeah. So thankfully RHS was here to get her back on the right track.
Yeah, do you have any interesting or funny stories that you have about Ollie, or?
Oh, she does this move called the waggle butt. That's her welcome home move. So other dogs we've had, their tail wags. Well, Ollie gets right into it and just does this the twist kind of thing. So we call that her waggle butt. And she gives the best welcomes home of any animal I've ever known.
What a sweetie. And of course, you are not a stranger to adopting and fostering.
No, so my partner Jen works here, so she brings her work home with her sometimes. So I get to meet a lot of these wonderful animals on a temporary basis. But I mean, Ollie came in and I couldn't help falling in love with her, so we couldn't return to sender. You know what I'm saying?
Good one. I'm going to have to get you to help sing later. Anyways, we really appreciate folks like you, and there's going to be more people for adoption coming up, and there's fostership availabilities here, so we're going to throw it to the main stage here because do we have a new total?
I believe we do.
All right, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get at it.
We're hoping for a big number here. Remember, we're trying to get up to 85,000 tonight with your help, and let's see where we're going.
We only got a half hour left.
That's right. We're getting down towards the end. So
towards the end.
The numbers go. The numbers go. Oh!
All right, almost over the 50 mark.
Yeah, we're closing in. We're closing in. We're a little bit behind the pace. You know, we were looking for $28,000 per hour in those 3 hours, so we're a little bit shy. But the good news is we're not done. We've still got about half an hour, and we need to get those phones ringing. I see people are on them, and I hear them ringing already, so that's fantastic. Don't forget, you can also donate online or give us a call at 639-709-9660. And I cannot emphasize how important it is that this night hits its mark and is successful, because the money raised tonight will help all the animals that we've seen, the ones that we haven't seen yet that are coming in through our door tomorrow and next week and next month and the rest of the year. So this goes a long, long way for us to be able to provide the care, medical attention they need, food, and all that, and get them into those new homes.
And speaking of help, too, we can't do it without all of our amazing supporters. GV Audio for mics, Boston Pizza, catering the Telethon 2, Frontier Supply Chain Solutions Incorporated for delivering incentive prizes, too. So that goes a long way, but we need your help at home here if we're going to get to that total.
Oh, and I always think of the money raised and the animals that are saved, and I'm just going back to these numbers because they amaze me, but 3,578 animals entered Regina Humane Society. 2,077 animals found new homes, and I think there's 500 that actually you hook them back up to their owners.
Yeah,
That's
we're
amazing.
often able to do that too, especially if they've got a microchip, which every animal adopted at the Regina Humane Society, all the dogs and cats anyway, do have a microchip. So if it does become separated from its owner, we can scan that chip. We can do it here, or vet clinics can do it as well, and that helps us reach that owner if it has that. So if you haven't got your pet microchipped, it's something we can do here too.
That's a good idea. All right, well, we're going to go to the we're going to go to Rover, a roving camera, the Regina Humane Society.
Rover the roving camera, I like it.
This is last year. That's what it did last year. It's time to meet another pair of animals looking for homes.
Yes, we have Mondo with us now, and Mondo is really excited to be on camera right now.
He's thrilled about his little showcase here. This is Mondo, as Lee mentioned. He's about 4 years old. He is a Staffordshire Terrier mix. The interesting thing about Mondo is that he has some reduced hearing, which will show up on his profile. And he's been with us for a while, and we just wanted to point out that, even though he's got reduced hearing from a normal dog, this hasn't slowed him down a bit. He's a volunteer favorite. He goes for walks. He goes out tail blazing almost daily, and very smart guy. He also enjoys breakfast in bed. That's a fun fact about him. He will pick his breakfast up and take it and put it in bed and have it there rather than out in the main part of his suite. He's just a sweet. He's just waiting for somebody to come and take him home. I don't know why he's still here, honestly.
Yeah, and he's been loving my pets. Just
he is such a nice boy.
A good boy. Let's roll over now. Ugh, Candace. Candace? Oh, no, didn't get far enough. So who we got here?
This lovely girl is Denali. She is such a nice girl. She, hasn't really had, the best life. She hasn't experienced what it's like to just be a normal dog. She gets spooked about strange little things, as you can see. She's just a tiny bit spooked by this camera, but when she's comfortable, she is just so funny. She does that little sploot where her little legs stick all the way out, and she has been such a great office dog. She's just been hanging out in our administrative area this week, and she has been so well behaved, right? And she'll just sit down and have her chew or play with her toys. She loves it when you throw the ball for her. She's kind of just the perfect dog. The only thing is that she doesn't really love other dogs, so I think she would like to be an only dog. So if that sounds like your home, I think she'd be such a great dog for you.
There you go. Two great options if you're looking for a dog for your family, for sure. Now, animal protection officers work tirelessly to help animals in our community. We're going to take you along with our ride-along to see what it's like.
We 100% rely on the community at large to assist us. We can't always be there. We don't know when things are happening. We don't know when bad things are happening unless people pick up the phone and they tell us about it. So this is part of a ongoing situation we have with a couple of dogs that are constantly running at large. Obviously, the obvious dangers right now are the cold. It is around -29, -30 today. But you have traffic, but as this dog is being reported as acting aggressively, there's a public safety issue which obviously we have to address. So here we have a report of the dog speaking out today. Let's start with trying to fix that fence.
Yeah, it's getting
Because if that part of the problem goes away,
yeah,
this part of the problem goes away.
Yeah, it's getting fixed today.
Okay.
We found out where they're getting
Perfect. All right. Well, you have yourself a wonderful day. She did finally say that there is a gap in the fence, that they're actually out there. Looks like they're out there right now actually trying to fix that. As with this job, because I didn't see the dogs running at large myself, I can't issue a ticket unless the evidence we received clearly shows those dogs, in which case we will enforce it. But if we can educate people, I suggested placing a garbage can or blocking off that exit. So part of our mandate for the City of Regina bylaw enforcements, we will conduct park patrols. And so if there is a gap between calls or we're nearby a park, we'll just drive through the park or walk through the park just to check, make sure no one's running their dogs off leash. Or there's nothing in the park that needs our attention. We don't find anything in distress, such as a dog. One of the newer programs we've been running at RHS is a community outreach program. This is part of the education program where we're trying to keep animals in people's homes. They can give us a call, and if we have stocks available from donated products from people who've donated to us that we're not using for shelter animals, we will do what we can to provide them some food just to kind of get them through the pinch. This should help you guys out a little bit until they get paid again and can buy their own food. And that way we're keeping the animals out of the shelter and in the homes with their people, which is where they're supposed to be. Basically, the public who donate, they're kind enough to donate either food or monetary money to this shelter and the organization. Even the Animal Protection Services, we do not get funding from the provincial government. We are 100% donor based, and without people being kind enough to donate, we would not be able to do what we do. So this dog did come into the Humane Society very recently. As you can see, looking at this very friendly dog, however, he is showing severe signs of emaciation. So he did come into the intake department where he'll be assessed and evaluated, most likely be examined by a veterinarian to see. And proving that he's healthy, he should go on probably a diet to help put some weight on, and hopefully there's no underlying medical conditions that would prevent him from doing so. But it's a super friendly dog, but as you can see, very, very skinny, emaciated. Good boy, Kim. Let's go see. Good boy. There you go. 33% weight in 7 days is a good indicator that most likely Ted's condition was not related to medical, but most likely due to poor nutrition. He'll continue to put weight on, and before too long, hopefully he'll get to go up for adoption into a happy forever home. Should an animal need help, it's there. There is somebody there. If someone picks up the phone, the Humane Society, they're there. They're there to answer that phone, they're there to answer the call, and we're here to help. And at the end of the day, if I can help one animal a day, then I feel very satisfied with what I'm doing.
Well, tonight is a special night. It's the kind of night that I never want to miss. I got up early after being up late in Alberta last night because I just don't want to miss out on something like this. Because it's all about helping our furry friends and when they need it the most. Lisa, can you tell us a little bit about what tonight's donations, what they'll do for the Humane Society and for our furry friends?
Well, it allows the Humane Society to be there 24/7, 365 days a year for animals who need us. And we wouldn't be here without all of you. Everyone that supports the Humane Society Telethon, supports with financial donations and donations in kind and with their time, allows us to give these animals what they deserve.
Which is love and hugs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And what does that kind of support mean to the Humane Society? I know you kind of just answered that, but what does that mean on a personal level?
On a personal level, now I'm going to start crying. It is really meaningful to see people give sometimes more than they can afford because they know the value of an animal, either in their life. Animals don't judge. They love unconditionally. And I think that we all recognize how special they are to all of us. And so I am truly grateful to have the community that we do. I think it's a family of Humane Society supporters that are there when we respond in the middle of the night to an animal that is alone and cold. We're there, but you're there. So thank you.
You're putting a lump in my throat.
And you've all been there so much for us here tonight, but we are in that final stretch. We want to make sure those donations are coming in, so cannot stress it enough. I'm looking behind me. One of the 4 phone lines is busy right now, so let's get those going. 639-709-9660, or you can go online, of course, to reginahumanesociety.ca. And thank you in advance for all your generosity.
So let's hear from one staff member about how the Regina Humane Society helps match pets and people.
I love seeing the perfect matches we make. I love seeing when people come in and they're so excited and they find a dog, and then we bring them into the meet and greet, and it's just love at first sight, and we get to see the dog leaving, jumping around, excited to be going outside. We do adoptions, like multiple adoptions every day. You would think you'd run out of people to adopt to, but people still come in and people still adopt. So Brownie came into us as a stray, found on a reserve. His whole entire face was covered in quills. His legs were covered in quills. So we immediately took him to the vet team, and we started removing the quills, and he just sat there patiently. He was so sweet to us. He just knew that we were helping him, and he was always so gentle and so kind with us. He spent about a month and a half in our care because of the ongoing health problems he had. And when he went up for adoption, this very sweet lady and her friend came in to meet him. They went into a meet and greet. She immediately fell in love with him. There was crying, and it was just a very sweet moment. And she's come back multiple times now to share with us how special Brownie has been. Donations are the whole reason we are able to run, the whole reason we were able to get this new facility for the animals to be more comfortable. Even the smallest donation buys food for a cat or buys food for a dog. Like, everything helps so much. You're literally saving multiple animals' lives with the donations you give. It's the biggest reward, seeing them walk out the door with their family, knowing that they are going to be safe and happy for the rest of their life.
All right, well, I think we are back with a new total. Does that sound right? Oh, yes,
Sounds
here we
great.
go.
Let's go, new total.
I'm excited.
We got a little cat here that loves watching the numbers.
Oh, he loves numbers.
50.
Wow.
Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Close. That's great.
All right. Well, I want to introduce Hannah Wilson. You are with Philanthropy.
Yes.
And we were running a 50-50. Well, you were running a 50-50 draw. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, so the 50-50, 50% will go to us, and the other 50 goes to the winner. So in total, our jackpot was $59,240. Yeah.
And how could people have, like, it ended yesterday?
It ended yesterday, yeah. And so our winner is Sheila Trombley. Her number was C20833, and she won $29,620.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sheila. All right, well, we're going to add that.
Yes, we are.
And we got a new total.
Let's add her.
That's a big number.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, I'd be out too.
Wow.
We are so close.
Oh, almost 82,000.
Yeah, yeah. This is big cheers.
We need $3,000 more to reach the goal for this year of $85,000.
All right, and we got 15 minutes left.
Yep.
So we gotta ring those phones.
Yep.
So 639-709-9660, and if there is a QR code or something, you snap the picture, get it on. All right. Well, we are now going to go back to our phones. We're going to make sure they are ringing. Let's check in with Lee and Bill.
They're not. We've got three waiting.
3 of them.
Yeah,
and
three
we're
waiting.
getting close to the end, so now is the time if you've been thinking to give us a call.
Absolutely. So let's read off a couple of pledges and challenges we got. Sarah and Gord Galnick, $150 and $190 respectively, dedicated to Parker, their dog, and Parker collects Sarcan money to donate. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah, and David and Cindy DeMagny, $300. So that's pretty impressive.
That is absolutely awesome. Also, we have Shannon Goodaray, donated $50 in memory of Pup Pup and Echo. I have a cat named Echo.
Oh, okay.
Also, Andrew Bolishchuk, $300. And also Wendy Harmiston, $125. So all of that has gone into our total so far, but we'd like to get a few more. And keep in mind, your donations are tax deductible.
Yes.
So this time next year, when it's kind of tax time, you're going to think back and say, hey, not only did I help the animals, but I help myself a little bit too.
Yeah, 639-709-9660, ReginaHumaneSociety.ca, or you can scan the QR code when it appears. Visa and MasterCard are accepted.
I'm told
And-
there's like one person on the
Yeah,
phone.
we need
so
more people on
we
the
need to get the
phones.
other 3 here talking to you. And
Yeah.
please pick up the phone and do that. Don't forget, you do get a free RHS dog tag flash drive with a donation of $100 or more, or a flash drive and a power bank, an RHS power bank, with a donation of $250 or more as our small thank you for helping us out tonight and all the animals you've been seeing all night. And
we need it to
he's starting
ring.
to do that voodoo thing he does to get that phone ring, and hopefully it works.
It's not working. Anyway, Abu was 13 years old and in really in poor condition when she arrived at the Regina Humane Society. Her story shows that love and hope had no age limit.
I had been looking for a little female dog, and I did prefer an older dog because Pongo's older. Mostly it was a snaggletooth. She's just so cute and small, and honestly her age was appealing to me, and I just instantly fell in love. It's like she's always just been meant to be here. One of my favorite things is walking with them. Like, I carry her in a sling because when I first got her, she was still just like getting used to walking on her footpaths again. Just the fact that her nails were so badly curled, had really long matted hair, was covered in fleas. I know they had to remove some teeth and stuff. I heard it was pretty extensive what they did for her. Just such wonderful people to be able to do something like that. People need to make a financial contribution to their Humane Society because it is absolutely needed for the amount of work and care they put into these loving little animals. These loving little animals absolutely need it. And even I've joined the Paw Plan program, and I donate every month. So what Abu actually enjoys most is, of course, meal time and treat time and walks. She absolutely loves walking. Even though she doesn't do much of it herself, I do carry her in a sling so that she can actually at least enjoy watching the world go by while I walk Pongo, because he does love to walk. Regina Humane Society is just an unbelievable organization that is going above and beyond. Adopting her has really opened up my eyes to how much they really do. In the last 4 months, Abu has definitely given unconditional love and just joy, pure joy. I just can't help but smile, you know? I just can't help but love her. She's just so sweet. And she's just so cute. Like, look at her, she's beautiful. She's the most beautiful little girl in the world.
Well, we are back with some more adoptable pets. I think we found the 3 biggest cats that we could, and I love everything about that. Let's go through, let's meet them. They will be available for adoption coming up on a Tuesday, and let's start with this. Leona.
So she's a 2-year-old female. She's got some Siamese going on here, some beautiful blue eyes and longer hair, and she's a snuggle bug. She is just a treat.
And we decided about like 50% fluff, 50% cat. 100% adorable, though.
And
And
over
who
here
else
on
do
the
we have?
end, we've well, I'll let you take it away. You tell me. I don't know anything. I want to hear you tell me about this beautiful cat.
I've got Zam Zam. He is about 5 years old, we guess. We're not 100% sure. And again, he is just the chillest guy. He just wants a lap to snuggle in. He's very, very snuggly, very sweet. Seems to not mind other cats. So he'd pretty much fit into any household.
Yeah, Zam Zam's definitely a sweetheart. There's no two ways about that.
We have another large breed cat here. Who do we have?
This is Kazoo, and don't let him fool you. He is usually the biggest social butterfly. Like, he just wants to hang out with people. He's very affectionate, and he's going to be involved in everything in his new home. I just know it. So he's only about 3 years old, so I'm hoping that he will find a perfect home to be the light of their life. I just know he will be.
He has a very relaxed face.
He doesn't feel relaxed. He's very stiff.
He's a
right
little
now.
stiff, yeah. Could be all the people in the cameras and stuff.
And we want to throw things back over to the phones here because, well, we are running out of time, so we got to get things ringing over on that side.
Oh, hey, you. And the number is
That was almost like
639
harmony there. That was kind of cool.
709-9660. Get them to work here. Ring those phones.
Yeah.
And the cool thing with when you call in, you can make pledges, challenges, all those things. Donna Brewer, she made an incredible $500 donation in honor of Gracie.
That is really nice. Thank you, Donna Brewer. When making a donation, some people are inspired by, giving to an animal that has passed away, and some people really like the incentive prizes. So I am wearing, this is very cool to
They
wear.
are kind of neat, aren't they?
Yeah, because I'm always looking for one.
Yep.
This one's been around my neck all night. I haven't lost it. So this is the flash drive.
That is.
And then they also have the banks, the power banks. These are great things.
Yeah, a small way that we can say thank you for taking the time to donate. And this evening you've seen the stories, you've met the animals, you've met the people that adopted them and gave them a forever home, and the people behind the scenes that are making things happen. It's your turn now. We need you to pick up the phone, go online. You can donate through the Regina Humane Society website or by calling 639-709-9660. We need you now. We're getting down. We've only got about 5 or 8 minutes left, 7 minutes. Now's the time if you've been thinking about it. Please pick up the phone.
All right, well, if it's 9 o'clock and the phones aren't going to end, though, right? We'll leave them open for those people that are in the bathroom.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have that. We'll have that going. And also, we should remind you that tomorrow night there will be a repeat on Access 7 from 6 until 9 p.m. And you can donate then as well.
All right, well, let's head over to the main stage.
All right, well, the first thing that I think we have to do here on the agenda is we've got a new total to take a look at. Let's see if we have met our goal yet. Of course, we want to try and exceed it. We're just shy, folks. 83,390. That means we need another $1,600 minimum. And by 1,600, I mean 16,000. But 1,600 would get us there. Yeah. We want to thank everybody that's been involved. A reminder that the phone lines, like they just said, will be open until 9:15. You can still call 639-709-9660.
And we're not going to try to do the math again, but like Chris said, we do need more, so keep those phones coming. Let's make sure we get over that 85,000 here tonight, and it's all on you. 9:15 is how long the phone lines are going to be opening up. I'm looking over to the other side, too, and they look so lonely. They need someone to call, like right now.
Your support provides hope and happily ever afters for last year, well over 2,000 animals who are now probably laying on the couch, I hope, watching us on TV, which would be wonderful. So please give if you can, and if you can't, thank you for caring about our community animals, and we hope that you'll be able to contribute.
Yeah, just get on the phones if you can. Look under your couch cushions again, like I said before. And I just want to thank some of the folks here tonight, the volunteers, all the volunteers that have been here, and of course the donors. And you want me to sing? Oh, I was going to thank some more people though, but Access Communications, and they want to hear. I don't know if you want these pipes tonight, but we're going to do a beautiful song. Crank it up in here, will you? Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Well, like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Something I'm meant to be. Take my Take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I keep falling in love with you. For I can't help falling in love with you. Thank you, Reginas. You guys rock.
Roy,
We got
I
a new
think-
total?
I think we
Okay,
got
let's
one
get
more
out of the
here.
way, folks.
I'm
We
gonna
got
slide
one
over.
more total.
I think we did it.
Come on.
Oh, close, close.
Right on. Phones are open for another 15 minutes, so let's get to that 85,000. Thank you, everybody.
God bless you, folks. Thank you so much for all your support.